Ba 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 ba.
Yeah.
Ba ba da 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 da.
Blah.
Ba 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 ba.
Okay. Alright, hello people, it's us two bros game. I'm your host, Younger Bro.
I'm your other host, Older Bro.
And we are back looking for shiny Sobble.
Yes, we are.
Well, not part 2, but Hunt 2. We're going after our second shiny Sobble.
Yep.
Alright.
By the way, guys, I'm going to be looking at our schedule for a bit. So if I'm not talking, it's probably because I'm not... I'm actually more directly looking at the chat,
Yeah,
but I'm not in front of the mic.
He's looking at our game schedule.
Yeah, because Younger Bro messed with it, so I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, basically, all I did was, Older Bro has, like, a set cap of, like, series that we can go down to, and I, messed up the line on our list, so now Older Bro has to fix it.
Well, more accurately, I think actually what you did is lower it, but I'm not sure.
No,
so,
I probably rose it.
Yeah, maybe, whatever. But, yeah, it's like, so I just need to fix where it was, which is not that big of a deal.
But yeah, guys, I don't know if I've said, but I finally reorganized my Let's Play list, and I actually just recently had to organize my stream list because mainly of Halo. Like, I had to put Halo at the end of my import list. So, and I only had to do that because I have to, well, I don't have to, but I'm going to play it on the Xbox Series. Sorry, no, Xbox One. I'm going to play it on Xbox One. So, since I can't really buy a console right now, I had to put that very last. And you know what? I'm keeping it last. So, yeah, I am not moving up Halo anytime soon. So, guys, it's going to be a long time before you see a Halo stream game, but we might do a Halo Let's Play game. Maybe I can find something older like Halo 2 or something. Because I can only play... Like, I only have an Xbox 360. So, I have to play whatever game was last put on or exclusive to the Xbox 360. I know the Xbox 360 can play some Xbox games, but I don't know if they can play all of them. Like, I have one Xbox game it can play, but that's because I lucked out on it. And it's actually one of the games that runs okay on Xbox. Not great, just okay.
I think your game gets accepted. It's now so long. It's actually, yeah, it exceeds the length
It's because of my streams list, isn't it? Yeah, guys, that's how many stream games there are compared to Let's Play games. But then again, I haven't really been looking for Let's Play games. But I really don't want to make our list any more bigger than it is. Because I don't want to just one day schedule a bunch of games I don't even own. I mean, I have done that, but I don't want to...
I was going to say, literally, this list contains, for just streams, probably 15 games you don't own.
Well, the games that are currently scheduled on the list I own. I just have to rebuy on the up-to-date console. So, for example, Bayonetta 1, I'm
gotcha.
playing it on the Switch.
Oh, good luck with that.
But I'm playing your copy. Because I know that you can't play Bayonetta 1 until you play Bayonetta.
Don't mark it as you don't own it.
Well, I want to own it.
I mean, you don't own it, but we have it for the...
I know, but I want to own it.
Okay.
But I'm playing your copy because you've already beat Bayonetta 2, and we can just go ahead and play Bayonetta just outright.
I mean, you can play Bayonetta outright without beating Bayonetta 2. You don't even have to play Bayonetta 2.
I thought you said that you have to beat Bayonetta 2 in order to play Bayonetta 1.
No.
Are you sure?
Nearly 100%, yeah. I'm pretty sure I downloaded and played Bayonetta 2, or like Bayonetta 1, even without beating it.
You're gonna have to recheck it, because
I don't know.
I was told that you have to beat Bayonetta 2 to play 1 on the
I'll
Switch.
look into it.
But anyways, I just don't want, like, a list of 1,000 games of ones that I don't own. I schedule them as I want to play them.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. Like, so the games that are on your non-scheduled list include things you don't own, but all the things on the schedule.
But it's rare that I
you...
put games I don't own, because
yeah.
the games on our yet to be scheduled list are games that I've seen I want to try out that I don't own, games I don't own that people recommended to me, and games I just need to rebuy for the up-to-date version.
What's the two mobile games that, like, you don't have to mention what they are, but why are the two mobile games in red?
Because those series are on hold.
Gotcha.
Like, I'm currently unable to play them. Like,
gotcha. Okay.
One of those series, I lost the account for it, and I don't know why. So I'm debating on whether or not to just restart it, but I don't know. I'm worried it will restart me again. And the other game, my computer is having issues running it and recording it at the same time. But you may have fixed that problem. I haven't checked into it yet because I just haven't had the time. So I'm going to have to recheck it later.
Gotcha.
But I think I've said what both games are, so...
well, it just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I forgot to get something to drink before recording, guys, so I'm going to have to go and get something. I'll be right back.
But yeah, guys, I'm happy we're going for our second Sobble already. Once we finish the Sobble line, we'll have all 3 shiny starters, all of them. So that's gonna be great, and we can finally move on from getting the starters. Like the only reason I'm so insistent on getting the starters is because there's no guarantee they're gonna be shiny huntable in the next game. Other Pokemon are more likely. So that's why I'm insistent we have to have the starters before we move on to Scarlet and Violet. I know Score Bunny is in Scarlet and Violet. And I'm sure people can shiny hunt it without any issue, but the problem is how you have to egg hunt in those games. Yeah, I still don't... I'm still debating on whether or not I should shiny hunt Scarlet and Violet. I think I might just go to Arceus. Like, ignore Scarlet and Violet and just skip to Arceus. Skip Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I don't have to worry about the shinies in those games, well, specifically the starters, because I have all of them. I have all of Turtwig, all of Chimchar, and all of Piplup. So, yeah, I got most of my shiny starters and some legendaries from a YouTuber called Breeder Cisco, but I don't know if he still does content or not. If anybody knows, please tell me if he's still around. I know he's been having issues since Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, so maybe he's not doing it anymore.
Okay, I am back.
By the way, guys, Fire Emblem Engage came out yesterday, and as you can tell, well, we didn't stream it day one.
Yes.
Sorry, guys.
Well, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, we're currently playing a different Fire Emblem game after playing a different Pokemon game. So, we cannot and will not interrupt a game when the same franchise is
still
literally
not done.
still being interrupted. So.
Yeah, so guys, we have yet to beat 3 houses. I know probably some of our subs missed it. Trust us, it's coming back.
As soon as Pokemon is done, we will bring it back. Not this one.
But the thing about Pokemon is, I don't know what Older Bro's doing. It's his series. So we could be going till we beat the Elite Four. I don't know if we're doing that.
I believe my goal so far is just Elite Four, Titan, and
So you want Elite Four and all endings?
I want the 3 endings. And that's about it. Unless you really want to go through all the school stuff, we could do that if we wanted. But there isn't a lot else I really want to do.
I think some of our viewers want us to go through it, so I think it's all just reading, so I don't think it'd be that big of a
it's
deal.
It's a lot of reading, so I think that's fine. So, but yeah, outside of that, I don't really have any other goals that I really want to go for. I'm personally doing, all Pokemon, but I'm not showing that off on stream.
Are we doing all legendary Pokemon?
Maybe. If that's not part of any of the 3 quests, and we know that they are obtainable through some kind of thing, maybe.
I don't know what their post-game is. There could be
that's what I'm saying.
a post-game mission.
I have no idea what the post-game is, and I assume that we'll find that out as we finish the 3 things.
As far as I know, there are other legendaries besides Miraidon and Koraidon, I believe.
Yeah,
but I don't know how many others.
Yeah. So, all that to say, 3 events, maybe post-game stuff unless it just requires you to complete the fucking Pokédex.
What about all the rods? I believe that might...
I'm assuming that's part of one of the events. I just don't know what it is.
I'm assuming it's part of a legendary.
I'm 99% sure. Because I found... You remember that door that we found at literally the beginning? I found a different door.
Yeah, I found 2 doors.
So it's we're at 2 or 3 doors that we found between us. We might have both found the same doors. I don't know. But I'm assuming those lanterns are for those doors.
Well, I think there's even 2 different kinds of rods. There's the blue rods and the orange rods. At least those are the 2 we found.
I was going to say, I think there's also purple rods, because I believe the first door we found was purple. So,
maybe.
But, yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I'm assuming those rods open those doors. So, if that's where the legendaries are, then I guess we'll do that by getting a guide and looking up where every one of them are.
Yes.
Fine. But again, this is all speculation. So right now, we're just going to finish the 3 quests. And after that, we'll see based on what the game tells us about and what we find out.
There's also the Koraidon and Miraidon that you catch. That way you can register it in the dex.
But that is a different Koraidon.
Different.
And
so, that one is able to be put in bank. The one that we ride on can never be put in
Yeah,
bank.
because it's not a
just
Pokemon you
exactly.
It's a bike.
So, are we gonna catch that on camera?
Probably.
Because I sort of already
Again, yeah, it's
know
like,
how to
if
get it.
Yeah, it's like if we're, yeah. In general, if unless the legendaries have some ludicrous method that we can't reasonably do, like catch every Pokemon in the game, or something, like, then sure.
Miraidon, Koraidon don't require that.
Yeah.
However, it's like a rare spawn.
I don't know. We'll see.
But I don't know how long it takes to get it to spawn.
Yeah,
Like, I think it's a luck chance. It's almost like finding a shiny.
Yep.
But I think it has better odds. I don't know. So
yeah.
But I mean,
3 quests, legendaries, doors if they are not legendaries, school. Like that's I'd assume that's about it.
but Croc got his Koraidon, and so
Yeah. So it shouldn't be that difficult.
I wouldn't think so.
By the way, guys, because of our layout, so I didn't think out our layout very well when I set up these computers. To be clear, this layout is fine, but what I didn't think about is that you sit over there, next to the computer that's not doing the streaming, and I sit over here, next to the computer that is doing the streaming. And if I have stuff to do on the computer, I can't, because it's at the computer that's doing the streaming. And I don't want to do the hassle of swapping the mics and changing the audio levels to do something like this. So I ended up playing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and, like, catching, like, Pokemon for for my complete box every single time we do these streams, guys.
Also, tell me if somebody posts in chat.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can see if somebody posts in chat and I can get on my phone and read it. But we really need to get, like, a monitor or a big-ass TV to put on our wall to put chat on.
Yeah, I need to figure that out. Well, see, here's the thing. The reason I'm hesitant to do that is because I'm still thinking that what we're going to end up doing is switching everything to the desk at some point. So, Pokemon will be at the desk. But that's that's kind of waiting until we get a new office space before I do anything redesigning this whole layout. So
I'd say start considering it, because who knows when I'm getting another job.
But yeah, so it's like I need to figure this out. Cause yeah, it's kind of difficult.
But yeah, guys, I am basically required to go to our local, let's call it, like,
unemployment office.
Employment office.
Yeah, it's like that's pretty common everywhere. So.
Yeah, so we have to go to our local. I have to go to my local employment office once a week. That way, I can receive
government
unemployment.
benefits.
Yes.
Yeah, I think most people here, like that watch our streams, probably understand how unemployment works. On some level.
I'm hopeful they can find me a job that fits well with my schedule. Cause
good luck with that.
I want either first shift or not very late second shift. Like, I want to be home by my original time when I worked at our local grocery store. I wanted to be home by like 8 or 9.
Yeah. Well, I would offer to assist you at my work, but unfortunately my work is currently finishing up our rush, which means that little is available at the current time.
Let me know when there's a slot available, and I'll probably apply to them.
Alright.
And I also need to talk to somebody I met to see if he can get me in somewhere, but I haven't got around to it yet. Because again, guys, I have very, very little time.
Yeah.
Like, I would like to get done with some of the stuff I need to do. Like, I still have to go through all of Older Bro's Pokemon cards to make sure that he doesn't have any cards that I need.
Yep.
And I also need to record the next 3 series for mobile. Record, not edit. I've already recorded and edited the series before that, but I also record the 3 series after that.
Oh yeah, by the way, I can't remember, because I know we had this conversation a couple months ago. Have you've still not edited a series that would start airing after the 1st, right, of April?
No, I have not.
Okay.
I have not edited. No,
Okay.
I am not going to edit anything after.
After the current series you have edited?
Yes, the current series I've edited. Yes.
Okay. I was gonna say, because I've been working on the new outro. Like, I literally just looked for music today, so I still have to figure out. Like, I still have to figure out which one I'm choosing, but I do have some candidates.
Was any of those candidates mine? Because I know there was.
I can't remember which one yours was, so I'll have to. I think yours might be one of the ones that's in the box already, or in the drive already. I'll look at it.
Okay.
Because
I know I had one that I liked.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think like I'm saying I got more songs.
Oh.
So it's like I'm saying I haven't started checking any of them yet. But I'll play them all for you later, and I'll make sure that I have the one that you gave me, because I can't remember if I kept that one or not. Or not if I kept it, but like I can't remember if I put it on the drive somewhere or what. Because I didn't. If I did throw it out, I did not intend to. So I just don't remember where it is, or I don't remember which song specifically it is.
Dun, dun, dun.
I forgot that the stupid... I'm back in the cave that I struggled getting around in a while ago.
Yeah.
And I forgot that the one stupid Pokemon that's up here is a... or the brilliant Pokemon, or not, the Terrasilize Pokemon, is a Garchomp that is level 65. And I'm just like, oh, hold on, I should probably save and before interacting with this guy. Because I'm going to try to catch him, but I don't think it's going to be reasonably possible. Oh, the Terrasilizing sound effect is very loud compared to the game. It's water type? Really? Okay.
Water type Garchomp.
Yeah. It used liquidation? Ooh. Yeah, it is very powerful.
Yeah, I finally got around to trading with Bestie today. Gave her the Pokemon she wanted, and then she asked for 2 more. And both of them I didn't have because they were events.
Yeah.
Well, one of the events hasn't even come out yet.
Well, that's gonna be a problem.
I mean, it should have, because literally on the news it says it's supposed to be out from now till tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I should be seeing him, and I'm not.
Yeah.
But luckily it's going to come back again in February, so I don't have any issue like doing it at that time. But so there's that, and the other one was an event that already happened.
Yeah.
So I had to ask Mr. B for help. Because I knew it was a Pokemon that he got, so I was like, yeah, maybe he has, yeah. Well, luckily, so if you have a Pokemon and you want it to have the same Terra type, and you breed it and then evolve it, it will keep that Terra type of the Pokemon you bred from.
Yeah.
So
It's
if you
critical hitting me.
if you have a fire type Cinderace and you breed it, it will keep that fire type Terra type. Yeah.
I guess I should use my Dragon type since it's going to be the least likely to take massive damage to water. Why would you use Rock Tomb, you dumb idiot? Like, it's one of the most likely moves to miss.
But yeah, I think I'm a lot happier with our streams list now. Well, my stream import list.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, I haven't adjusted my list yet, so maybe hold on.
So I want to say this list worked a lot better with our Two Bros Play imports.
Can't
What?
believe I got that.
Like, it looks like they're not spaced out, but trust me, they are, because we're playing them at certain times.
Barely got it.
Yeah, and some of these aren't imports, because I actually had to put in games that are not imports to space out the imports. Because most
Guys,
of...
it's a miracle.
Yeah, most of our imports right now are Dragon Ball and Pokemon. I'm not going to say which games, but...
Just games.
Yeah, and so I had to space all of them out, and it was very, very difficult.
Yeah.
But I did move up games that I wanted to play more. And those are probably the games I'm going to be playing after Fusions.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not counting our Two Bros Play because there's really not a lot of options to begin with. But yeah, the new list is actually like 2 series longer than what it originally was.
Yeah.
But luckily those series aren't that long, so I was fine with putting them in there. Like, they might take a month and a half at worst. And some of them are series that we need to finish.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, we do have, for a channel that does complete every series that we start, again, by our definition of complete, we do have quite a few series that we're just like, and we're going to come back to that later to finish it.
Well, to be fair, one of those games is Mega Mix, and we did finish it, but it got more DLC.
It got unfinished.
Yeah, it took 2 years for them to add even more content to it, and I mean, I was happy, but I was honestly not expecting it. Like, I thought they were done with Mega Mix, and we were going to move on to Mega Mix 2.
They should have been. They weren't.
But anyways, and then it was Xenoverse 2.
Which they also should have been done with, and aren't.
Now, Xenoverse 2 is kind of a special case. Like, we were going to stream Xenoverse 2 DLC day 1. Like, the next DLC. I think it had something to do with...
We also literally can't.
Yeah. And we couldn't, guys, because right when it came out, we were starting Fusions. So...
Yep, impossible.
So, I put it on the schedule for... Honestly, now I'm just preparing because they announced the next DLC, which is going to be Orange Piccolo, and then after that is going to be Gohan, and then I think they have another one after that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's story related.
They should be saving all their story crap for the next game at this point.
Yeah. So, I put it on the schedule for, like, predicting maybe, like, ahead of time when the next DLC is going to drop. Yeah. So hopefully by the time we get back to Xenoverse 2, all the DLC is out and it's done.
Yeah, permanently actually done.
But everybody's predicting that they're going to go all the way up to like DLC 20 or so.
How many are they up to now?
Like 17 or 16.
I guess that makes sense. As much as I wouldn't like that.
Me, I think they're going to keep going until Xenoverse 2 actually comes out.
Yeah.
Sorry, not Xenoverse 2, Xenoverse 3.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So when Xenoverse 3 drops, that's when they're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does make sense, I will admit.
And the other thing I had to space out was returning to Evolution 2. And that would be actually Season 2. Like, I know we decided that since it was only one episode off from 50, we were, if it got more DLC, we were just going to take a long break from it and then come back.
I mean, we've taken a long break from it. That's factual.
And keep in mind, that was like 2 or 3 series ago.
Yeah.
For streams.
Honestly, that's not that. But, yeah.
No, it's not. So we're probably not going to get to Evolution 2 for another year and a half.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, we will take a long break. Very long.
But not only did we decide to take a break from Xenoverse 2 at 49, we were done with the game by 49.
Yeah, so it's like it wasn't like, oh well, we're just gonna stop an episode early. It's that the game was done, and then
more DLC came out.
It's like, well, we're gonna keep being done because otherwise we're gonna come back for one episode and then stop, and that'd be stupid.
Yeah, so like whatever that DLC was, I know which one it is. I think it was like Lake Cretaceous or something like that. No, it was the one after that. Anyway, so they came out with just New Dinosaurs DLC. And then a couple months later, they came out with more DLC that was actually story. It had story more than just dinosaurs. It had story. So they added new dinosaurs and they added a new campaign. Now, I don't know if it's a Chaos Theory. I think it's a campaign. Like, story campaign, like the Biosyn campaign. So, yeah, I predict that's gonna take a long time because you can have more than one park.
Yep.
Now, what I don't know is if you can keep the park. I'm gonna say probably not. Because you didn't keep the park in the original campaign, and you didn't keep the park in the Biosyn campaign.
Yep.
So why the fuck would you do it for the, what is it? It's the Black Market campaign.
Yeah, whatever. Makes sense. I wouldn't expect you to either.
So, yeah, that's Evolution 2. So I'm gonna bet it's gonna be like another 10 streams before we're fully done with that game. Now, I haven't heard about anything else after that. They still could. Because I know there's some dinosaurs still in Camp Cretaceous that they haven't added. So they might do that if they did anything else. But otherwise,
they're done.
The only other thing I could think of is they cross over with Aftermath and they add those variants of raptors in the game.
Yeah.
Like, the raptors in Aftermath was supposed to be Blue, Delta, and Echo. But they're not.
Yeah.
Because, so you know how in Jurassic World, Blue just had a blue stripe on her face and the rest of her body was gray?
Vaguely.
Well, the blue in Aftermath was all blue. Her entire body. Like,
the blueness expanded.
They call her blue, but she's not blue. Plus, at the end of that game, that blue dies.
It's blue too. Electric blue.
I just called her dark blue because she's after you, and I'm like, yeah, she's kind of the protagonist.
Protagonist.
She's kind of the antagonist in this game, so I'm like, yeah, dark blue.
Yeah, antagonist. Yeah.
Or should we just call her anti-blue?
That'd be orange.
Well, there was an orange raptor, and I named him Orange. And I named the green one Greenie. I thought about naming her Hulk, but I was like, nah. Anyway, guys, I really enjoyed Jurassic World Aftermath. Like, if you wanted a Jurassic Park horror game, before Aftermath, you had Trespasser, and that's the closest you got. Like, Jurassic World Aftermath really captures the horror elements of Jurassic Park, Jurassic World. Like, I could say that Aftermath was a better story / better movie than Fallen Kingdom was. But I'm only saying that because I was disappointed that I did not get scared at any point in Fallen Kingdom, and they were supposed to make it a horror movie with a horror movie specialist, and they did, and I just wasn't scared of it. Oh.
I mean, I guess. I mean, again, Jurassic Park has technically never been horror. It's always been a thriller.
Well, even still, like, they specifically said in one of their first trailers that they got the director for that movie to be more scary. They even had a scene where Owen Grady was going to open a door and it closed on him. And that wasn't even in the movie.
Yeah. I don't know.
So I kind of hated that.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. I can get that. I understand the feeling
Like,
of,
they are
they sold it as
advertising
one thing and then didn't give you that.
Exactly. They basically did false advertising for Fallen Kingdom.
I don't know. I feel like it's not quite false advertising. I think it might be false expectations. I think it might have been a situation where they got a horror director, but they didn't necessarily say, we're making this a horror movie. It's just that implied to you, or you inferred that they were going to make it horror because they got somebody who was known for horror.
I think there were only 2 really intense moments in that movie.
Yeah, the rest of them were in houses.
So, like, the first scene would have been the baryonic scene where the lava is coming out of the ceiling.
Yeah.
I loved that one. And the other one was where the Indoraptor was reaching for Macy. Those were the only 2, like, very, very tense, not really scary moments, but it was definitely...
What was the first one? Indoraptor? And...
That second one.
Yeah. What was the first one?
Baryonyx with the lava coming out of the ceiling.
Yeah. I guess.
So...
You're saying there wasn't any tense moments in the third movie?
No, that's second movie.
That's what I'm saying.
And
Indoraptor was the second movie.
Yes.
So, that's what I'm saying. So you're saying that in the third movie, you would not consider any of those moments tense? Or, like...
Not the third movie, the second. We were talking about the second movie.
I know. Oh, okay,
the third movie is not by the same director as Fallen Kingdom.
Gotcha. So, okay, so you're saying only the second movie was directed by this guy. The first and third were different directors.
The first and third were Colin Trevorrow.
Okay,
I believe.
Gotcha. Sorry, I just assumed they were all by the same guy. I didn't realize that they'd gotten a Disney.
I think he's like... I can't remember his name. I don't know if it's Spanish or...
Trevorrow.
But, anyways... So they got specifically the director who did Where the Wild Things Are.
Oh.
I think.
Oh, by the way, actually, I do have a photo for you. So yesterday I had this happen, where
I climbed up a tower and was fighting a gimme ghoul. That happens. The gimme ghoul is right in front of the stairs, So it tried to throw me backwards into the stairs, realized I'd fall down the entire tower, said, let me just push you back in front of the Pokemon that you're fighting with. So, literally, this shot, guys, is Gimmighoul, me and my mount, literally in its face, and my Pokemon behind me. So I was using, what's its face? I was using Sicelizar, so it used, like, Dragon Pulse, and literally shot a beam through my ass to hit this Pokemon. Because the game just couldn't put me anywhere. So it's just like, I think the game has found an error.
But anyway, guys, I did not hate Fallen Kingdom, as I'll say. I was just very, very disappointed with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I definitely... Here's the thing. I think that there was definitely a lot of
Gruesome moments to it. But, like, yeah, actual horror, not so much.
Yeah, where the dinosaurs are eating people are probably the only gruesome
that's what I was
moment.
going for. It's like, yes, it's like they had some gruesome moments, but they never actually went into horror, specifically.
Nah. The only time I could say they tried to do horror was when the Indoraptor escaped and they're in the museum trying to avoid it.
Yeah.
And the lights go out.
Yep. Yeah, I think that was a good... Yeah, I think that worked well. It's like a horror moment.
But at that point, you're kind of almost expecting it. So that's why it wasn't...
It's...
I think it was... I think that moment was made worse when the lights turned back on.
Yeah. Younger Bro's becoming is
Becoming a movie critic of just like, no, I felt pandered to.
like that kind of thing, where it's like,
No, it didn't feel genuine. It felt like that was the moment it should happen, and they did it there.
So it's like there was no surprise to it. It's just
Kind of, yeah.
It's not. I'm not even saying you're wrong. It's just that it's, yeah. It's like, yeah. I don't know. Sometimes when something is expected, you just have to do it, even if like, yeah, maybe it's
like,
the obvious thing, but sometimes you just have to do the obvious thing. Because like, what else are you gonna do?
But to me, that's the only moment that you could call horror in that entire film.
Yeah, it's fair. I can agree to that. Or it's like, this wasn't really... Yeah, it definitely wasn't horror.
So to me, it's like, why get a director when it wasn't scary?
Well, honestly, Okay, I have an answer of why they probably got that director. So, here's the thing. And this is gonna... I might get pushed back on this statement. But, I want to say... A lot of people don't think about thrillers and horror movies being different things. As in, what I'm saying is, there aren't a lot of franchises that people think of and they say, oh yeah, that's a thriller. They just think it's a horror. So it might have been a situation where they got him specifically because they wanted to have, what I'm going to guess happened. They designed the scene of them chasing them through the museum first. Said, we want a director to design that kind of scene. So they got a horror director because they knew that he would do it well. It's not so much that they were trying to make the movie a horror, but they knew they had one scene they wanted that would be horror, and they wanted a director that could do that scene correctly, and otherwise would do the rest of the thriller sections well. So that's probably why they got him specifically.
From my understanding, he and Colin Trevorrow directed the entire movie, not just the one scene.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that he didn't direct the whole movie. I'm saying, I'm betting that they had the idea that the company, like, I can't remember who it is, that Universal wanted the movie to be a bit more scary. They had the idea of it being about, the guy making a clone But they said, so we want this to be a little bit darker. We want to have a horror scene. They may have even came up with a rough idea of, we want the dinosaur for this movie to chase them through and actually, like, almost kill them. And so they probably said, we want a horror director for this scene in particular. Which is why they brought him in. So they got him to direct the whole movie, but they got him specifically because they wanted his experience for that one scene. Because they were like, yeah, we really want to have a horror moment in our movie, and so we want to get a horror director. Oh my god, the Voltorb actually just straight up explode in world and die?
Yeah.
It's like,
I
fucking
found
hell.
that out.
I don't need one, but I just watched it happen. I'm like, god damn it. Let me back up. But yeah, if I had to bet money, I'd guess that was it. Is that they wanted it to be darker, they wanted it to be a bit horror, so they got a director for the horror moments specifically that would have experience. But then they kept Colin Trevorrow for the movie as well, because they wanted it to still feel connected to the other movies. So he was there as a horror specialist and helped direct the horror moments, but I'm guessing that Colin Trevorrow still kind of did most of them.
Yeah, I don't think it worked out too well.
Yeah.
That's just my
Yeah,
opinion.
I think it was fine. Like, I think the movie was fine. It's just,
To me, it was an okay movie, but it was not as advertised, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that if they'd advertised it as, hey, we're bringing in a horror director to help make this movie a bit scarier, then you wouldn't feel that you'd feel that that's exactly what they did. They made a movie that was more horror than the normal movie.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, that's kind of what they gave us. They gave us a movie that had a bit more horror than most movies, but otherwise was still the same thing. They weren't trying to change the formula too much. They just wanted to add a little bit to it.
To me, the first movie was scarier than
That's fair.
Fallen Kingdom.
That's fair.
Not Jurassic World, Jurassic Park.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's also fair. Yeah. Just brutal death.
Oh, by the way, they were supposed to have a scene. It wasn't a scary scene, but it definitely would have made the movie a little bit more interesting. They were going to have a scene that they cut where the black Indoraptor fights the white Indoraptor, and the black one was supposed to defeat it because it shows the growth in these hybrids, saying that the black Indoraptor was better than the white one.
I really like. Okay. I'm pretty sure they did not cut this for any racist reasons whatsoever. But it would be really hilarious if somebody saw that scene and was like, does this have racial connotations?
No.
It doesn't. It does not.
No.
I want to make that very clear. I don't believe it does. But I just like the idea of somebody... Because studio executives are well known for, like, thinking of things like that when there's absolutely no reason to think of something like that. It has no bearing, but they just randomly come up with it because they're a studio executive and they just think of random shit.
Yeah,
It has no meaning.
The original Indoraptor was supposed to be white. And then they're like, you know what, we could make it better. Then they upgrade it, and that one happened to be black.
Yeah.
Because the white-skinned Indoraptor and the white-skinned Indominus are albino.
Yeah.
I don't think they're supposed to be that
Yeah.
color. So the black Indoraptor is actually the true color.
Well, the other thing is that technically those dinosaurs are completely new. They're not, like, real dinosaurs. So, like, I don't think that there's... I mean, I guess albinism is still a thing in something that's created, but, because, like, that's just a condition where your skin turns white. But, like, I don't think there is technically a true color if you designate what its color is. Like, it's... Like
I said, the original design isn't white because remember Simon Manozrani's reaction?
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, it's white. You didn't tell me it was white."
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that, like...
So that implies
I'm just
it
saying.
wasn't supposed to be white.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is that, like, it's... I'm making a distinction between, like, if you say, like... If you say that the T-Rex's original color was brown, for example, that originally its skin color, like the skin of a T-Rex, was a brown color, and any ones we see that are like not brown are like not the original color, then you could have merit there because it's like you're basing it on a real animal that existed. But it's kind of weird to say that when you completely create the creature from the ground up. You genetically just engineer it from nothing. So it's like, I don't think you can make an argument about what its true skin color is when there isn't... When you are the one genetically modifying it, or genetically creating it.
Well,
so it's like,
for Biosen's dinosaurs, they were created with unmodified genomes.
Yeah. So, but that's what I'm saying. So it's like, it's weird. I'm just saying it's weird to make that statement. Like, that turn of phrase is weird on something that you've completely generated its entire genome from nothing. It's like, it's... I mean, okay, it's not from nothing. You're taking T-Rex and other things and mixing them together and just making something new, but it's like... Yeah, if it never existed before, I guess its skin color is just... There isn't a real skin color, it's just the one you decided it is.
Yeah, I'm not even sure they really decided it, really.
Yeah, I don't know.
But anyway...
But yeah, so it's like... No, yeah, I will say, I'm disappointed. Like, I think I said this in the review for that movie, but if I didn't, I'm gonna say it here and now. I'm disappointed that they made Biosen the villain.
I mean, I wasn't surprised.
It's not...
Like,
yeah. I'm not saying it was surprising to me. I'm just saying I'm disappointed in it because it's like... Basically, this franchise is saying, oh, sorry, if you're working with dinosaurs, you're just all evil. There is no good company out there.
But Biosen was the competitor to Jurassic Park,
Yeah.
and they were the people trying to steal the dinosaur embryos in the first movie.
Yes, I know.
So,
Did they ever actually say in the first movie that it was Biosen, or did they just kind of say
Dodson.
that after the fact?
like, Dodson was in the first film, and they brought him back.
Oh, he actually wasn't.
Dominion.
I couldn't remember that he was actually in that.
Yes.
Okay. So, but yeah.
Dodson, we got Dodson here. Nobody cares. And now he's the main villain of Dominion, so some people had to care. But
well, yeah. But it's like...
Anyway, what I wasn't expecting was he was the owner of Biosen and the competitor. I thought he was just an agent sent by them. No, he's the freaking owner.
Yeah. This man does not have others direct his underlings. He directs them personally.
Yeah, I mean, they did replace the actor for Dodson. Like, he's still alive. The original actor for Dodson is still alive. But
I'm guessing he doesn't look good enough to continue being in the role.
I don't even know if they approached him because I think he was having something going on, so he was unable to do it.
Yeah.
But I can't remember. Anyway, going back to talking about Pokemon. So, because Bestie wanted me to get some Pokemon that were in raids, I finally joined some raids to see what it was like.
Yeah.
I was right to wait because I lost at least 3 raids to get.
Well, what level were you going?
Well, it was only up to a 4-star raid.
Oh, yeah. No. I wouldn't recommend going over 3-star raids at the current, like...
The only reason I had to do a 4-star raid was because I didn't know if she wanted the event that was going on alongside the Greninja event, which was Drifloon and Miss Magius. She just now told me like an hour or two ago that no, she didn't want them, but I was trying to get them anyway before she said anything.
By the way, did on camera, did you ever go up to the... did you ever go up to the top of, like, the crater and look down into the crater?
What raid?
The one in the center you can't. That's like non-existent area.
No.
Okay, I'll show that off on camera then. I'm currently going around looking for watchtowers so that I can on camera next episode evolve.
Gaming goal.
Yeah, give me
Anyway. So, I did just the 4-star raids, and their blue star, I don't know if that matters, but they were blue 4-star raids. I'm guessing that's just the color for stars for events. Anyways, so I did that, and I had a super effective Pokemon against it, and all 4 of us, because I was playing with 3 random people, all 4 of us couldn't beat it. And I tried the next raid, still couldn't beat it. And then the one after that, still couldn't beat it.
Well, you were trying with real people, right?
Yes!
Okay.
And I lost 3 times in a row. That was me trying to get the Drift Blimp.
Yeah.
So, yeah, guys, I am not doing raids until I beat the post game and have a level 100 team. Like, that is why I just do not do raids. Like, until I beat the game. Like, now, I don't know if we're going to do any raids on camera. Like, I think me and older bro could do 1 2-star raids, maybe 3. But
Yeah, it's really not. It's really not worth doing. Honestly, it's just kind of whatever.
the only reason I'd consider raids is because they give higher shiny odds. I'm guessing they're the same as Sword and Shield.
Yeah, I believe so.
So, if we're going for a specific Pokemon, there happens to be a raid for it.
Yeah.
There's only one bad thing. You don't know what the raid is until you click on it.
Yeah.
It never shows up on the map. Even if you've clicked on it and now you know what the Pokemon is, it doesn't show you on the map.
Nope. Yeah, it's kind of annoying.
That's the same with these raids.
Yeah, by the way, I completely forgot that the minus button is, like, gives you access to your Pokédex.
Anyway, what I want for a raid system on a map is to show what Pokemon it is. They can even shadow it out to keep it a secret or try to keep it a secret or whatever. Like, don't fill it in until you've caught that Pokemon or something.
Yeah.
Just, I want to see what the raid is on my map because I might be going for something specific.
Yeah, no.
So, the reason I don't do raids on camera is because I'm going to random raids. I can just happen upon a shiny. And I did that for you guys. I did that on camera, but I only showed... well, no, I did even show extra shinies. So I showed all the extra and new shinies I got off camera.
First I thought the Snom was shiny because the coloring is strange. It's not normally dark purple, right?
What? Snom?
Yeah, it's like its back color isn't exactly dark purple.
No, that's just how its body
Yeah,
looks.
It's just because of the terrain. So I was just like, wait a minute, what?
The shiny for Snom is green.
Yeah. I was like,
But the shell doesn't change.
Yeah.
You're looking for the facial change.
Yep. Yeah, it's what my brain was just like, what's that?
Anyways, so yes, you get extraordinary higher odds when going in raids, but you won't be able to get something specific. At least not in Scarlet and Violet. You technically can, in Sobble, you can technically generate the raid you specifically want to go after, but it requires you to open and close the game. I don't like that. Like, guys, I try to keep my home menu as invisible as possible because I just started to consider it being sort of like an interruption and not very professional to show your home screen.
Yeah, it's like, I think it's fine to show the home screen occasionally, but yeah, it's like, I also try to avoid using the home screen stuff as much as possible. Just
like, when we have no choice but to do it, then okay, I'll let it slide here and there, but
it's rare. It's like yeah. Oh, shoot. Stupid Altaria.
so guys, if the new shiny method requires us to open and close the game, yeah, no. Yeah, I have sort of researched the shiny hunt method for Scarlet and Violet. It's I think it's called the picnicking method, because when you open the picnicking tab or whatever where you open to picnic and you quickly close it, it reloads all the Pokemon in the game. And people get shinies that way, and I've seen it happen, so but I'm sure there's more to it than that, but
Yeah, I don't know.
as far as I'm aware, all you do is open and close your picnic, and that's it. Yeah, I still don't know if I'm gonna egg hunt in that game.
Yeah, we'll have to look further into it. The one thing I was talking with my friends about it, and the one thing that they said was that if you do that method, at least it gives you something free to Wonder Trade. So you can just do Wonder Trade events where you just trade off all the non-shinies that you get, and just like throw them out.
But we can't do that on camera.
Yeah, no.
Like, guys, I've considered Wonder Trading for the camera. I want to do it. I really do. But I can't. Like, we are in a state that we can't.
Not as in country, we mean a situation.
Like, Older Bro's room just does not have very good Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah. That's why we have specialized connectors that are on the computers.
Now, I don't know if we can get a connector for a Switch.
We cannot.
I doubt it.
No.
I could maybe see it working for maybe a PlayStation console, but for a Switch, I doubt it.
Yeah, I also seriously doubt it.
In fact, actually, no, I know it works with PlayStation. Like, you can get a Wi-Fi adapter for a PlayStation and plug it in and it will work.
Yeah.
But the reason I doubt it for a Switch is because I don't know if plugging one into a dock would make it appear in settings anywhere or
I don't think so.
make it work automatically. I doubt it.
Ooh, I'm at a bad number. I have 911 Gimme Ghoul tokens. Oh, I'm also very annoyed that I just found out yesterday
About the sort by newest setting,
Yeah.
which lets you put all the ones with red dots at the top, so you can eliminate all the red dots quickly. I'm like, God damn it.
I am in.
But yeah, anyway, one day in the future, guys, we will have Wonder Trading streams. Like,
Wonder Trade powers activate.
I would happily do it. Like, that was some of my streams that I had the most fun on my Crimson channel. Like, basically what I'd do is I'd shiny hunt for something. If it took too long, like if it was a long hunt, I would take a break and Wonder Trade for a stream or two. And guys, like, I have really good Wonder Trade luck. Like, I got a decent amount of my shiny mythicals from Wonder Trading.
Yeah.
I even got shiny Tapu Koko early.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know people in I think it was both Japan and Korea got it early.
Yeah, usually Japan and Korea get the events early.
So I'm like, maybe if I Wonder Trade that day, maybe people have it available. And sure enough, literally about 30 minutes later after I decided to Wonder Trade, I get it. But not only did I get one, I got two. Same day.
Yep, same day delivery. Can't beat it.
So then when it came out in English, I replaced those with the English version, but I got them early.
Yep.
Now, I don't know if you could ever shiny hunt the other Tapus.
Yeah.
I think they were all shiny locked through Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon. I can't remember. I think... Like, guys, I think I have all of those shiny Tapus. Are they even in this game? I don't know if I can check them right now.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yep, I do have them. See, I have all four. But I think I had to get mine from trade. Yeah, I don't think I found one of them shiny. I got all of mine through trade. So I never tried to shiny hunt them.
I'm surprised they weren't locked.
Again, I can't remember for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. But I know they were locked in Sun and Moon.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. It's something that I can imagine them doing.
I know they unlocked some Pokemon, but I think it was just the Ultra Beasts.
Yeah.
I don't think it was the Guardians.
I did it again. Come on now.
But anyway, guys, they never had an event for shiny Tapu Lele, Tapu Bulu, Tapu Finny. They only had it for Tapu Koko.
Okay,
Rhydon needs to calm down.
What? Did it glitch again?
yeah. It's because I can't, it's because my mount literally can't move back far enough to get away from it. It would just drop off the mountain. So when it does that, it snaps you to the nearest spot that's proper terrain.
But anyway, guys, I wish they would have like a mass shiny legendary and mythical event again like they had in X and Y Omega and Omega Ruby, and have them be shiny.
Yeah.
But no, you know what they're doing instead?
What's that?
Making them shiny in Pokemon Go, and that's the only way you can get them.
Perfect.
And right now, I'm hating the Jirachi event because you have to pay for it. Like, I don't care that it's only 99 cents. The fact that you have to pay any money to get it is ridiculous.
Yeah, I think that's a completely reasonable statement. It's just like, no, it's not acceptable ever for any amount of money.
Yeah, because they were given away free with codes, and to change that, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I can't remember if they still do codes. I think they do. They did it for Sword and Shield, so I'd imagine they're gonna do it for Scarlet and Violet. That way you can get shiny Koraidon, Miraidon.
Probably.
Yeah, of course they made Koraidon shiny black, and Miraidon doesn't look any different.
That's fucking stupid.
I thought they would at least make it white.
No, but things aren't always black and white. So right now, I'm on top of the icy mountain. Right, like, I'm at that spot where it's like lake, that one, like, desertous, mountainous area, and then the mountain in that, like, triple area.
Yeah.
The top of this, or I guess it's a plateau, whatever, but the top of the icy section, because it's near enough to the lake and the plateau, has some weird Pokemon on it. So, for example, this area currently has a Spiritomb, Heracross, the evolution of not Tentacool, and also, what's it called? Fortress? Yeah, Fortress. All on top of an icy mountain. It's like, why are you here? This doesn't make sense.
Sorry, guys, I had to do something real quick.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Have they ever had this Pokeball? I don't think they have. A Pokeball where it's more likely to catch if you've not don't have this in your Pokedex.
Bet you guys a repeat ball.
Yeah, that's the opposite. It's one that you already have in your Pokedex.
No. It's a repeat on your last catch. So if you caught your last Pokemon and then you use the repeat ball, you're more likely to catch that Pokemon.
Okay, well, A, I don't think that's true, but B, if you've caught it already, it's in your Pokedex. So, my statement is still correct.
No, I'm saying if you went to a totally different Pokemon, you'd catch it. That's how a repeat ball works. If you caught a Pokemon, say, with an Ultra Ball, you caught it, and you go to a different Pokemon and you throw a repeat ball at it, you're more likely to catch that Pokemon with the repeat ball, because you caught your last Pokemon. It goes off of what you caught last. If you caught your last Pokemon, it was complete catch rate, then you have a higher chance to catch the next Pokemon you encounter, whatever it is.
Okay. Okay. I'm not exactly sure what you're even saying, but you aren't correct either way, because I can read exactly what the repeat ball says in this game. A somewhat different Pokeball that is more effective when catching a Pokemon of a species you've caught before. What that means is, if you catch a Pichu in anything, the next time you go to catch a Pichu, and only a Pichu, this Pokeball works better to catch it. Because you've already caught it before.
But I've done the same thing with different Pokemon, and I still catch them in repeat balls.
That's fine. I mean, it's a normal Pokeball. It still can catch things. But...
No, I'm saying I caught, say, an Amoga.
Yep.
And then the next time I went to a Pokemon, I used a repeat ball. Because I thought the way I was describing it is how it worked, and I usually catch it.
Yeah, I'm just saying that it always has ×1 at least, so it just means you caught it in basically a Pokeball. Like, it's possible. But, yeah, no, it only works on Pokemon you have already caught, and it gives improved odds if you have already caught it before.
Yeah, I don't know if they've changed how the repeat ball works.
They have not, I promise you. I promise.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah. Because it's good for form catching. That's what it's for. It's for catching Pokemon that have forms.
I suppose, but there's not really a lot of new forms. There is a form you should know about. So you know the family Pokemon, the mouse?
Yes.
So that has a form. Its evolution does.
Okay.
Can you guess what the form is?
Even more mice.
less mice.
What?
Instead of it being 4 family,
Uh-huh.
it's 3.
That's sad.
I only found out about it because I got one from Wonder Trade.
I'm starting to get annoyed at this damn Pokemon. I'm just trying to catch a Heracross. It has almost no health, and it will not get caught in Ultra Ball. I'm just like, what? Come on! So I think at this point I'm just gonna have to start throwing timer balls.
But
it's just wasting my time.
Anyway, so I think the 3 family variant is rarer.
Well, yeah, I believe so.
Like everybody usually gets the 4 family, and when you get 3 family, that's something.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, I kind of cheated. Got mine from Wonder Trade by accident. So.
Come on, you stupid.
But yeah, I think your mice Pokemon, I'm pretty sure it doesn't necessarily tell you when it evolves sometimes.
No, it does not. As Mr. B said, it only tells you. Yeah, it only tells you it evolved if it's like what the Pokemon you used at the time or something. There's some stupid condition on it, but it's like it won't just.
I think
it just secret evolves in your inventory.
I can't remember if I evolved mine on camera. I don't think I did.
I'm not convinced I didn't just catch it evolved.
No,
Like,
you
but-
didn't. I don't think you can.
But yeah, so it's like mine definitely evolved not on camera.
I think I evolved mine in Scarlet then. And I got the 4 family.
Mm.
But I only found out it had a form from Wonder Trade and from a guy's thumbnail. It showed more forms, and that was one of them on his thumbnail.
Yeah, I need to remember to show this.
What-
Pokemon.
What I hate is, but it also makes sense. One of the forms he said was Fenizen and its evolution. He counts that as a form. I'm like, I kind of agree, because I thought that's what its evolution was. I thought its evolution was its form, like a rare variant form, because the video was titled Rare Variant Forms.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was wrong about the fucking dolphin.
Because no, everyone's just like, but this isn't an evolution.
Yeah, 100% the most laziest evolution I've ever seen.
There's some, I don't know. Dunsparce is pretty high up there in lazy evolutions. It's literally just a damn pun on adding dun to its name more times. Like that's.
Well, that just makes the name lazy, not the evolution
It
itself.
literally just gives another like lump in its body. It doesn't. It's the. That's it. I don't know. I'm gonna say that's still lazy. Like maybe it might be. There might be other lazy ones, but like that's.
Fenizen's evolution is the equivalent of Battle Bond for Greninja.
Yeah, but that is a form though.
You can't have Battle Bond Greninja outside PC.
Yeah, but it is a form. It's not a it isn't an evolution at least.
No. Yeah. Pylazen is the evolution, and the battle form is what you see in battle when you switch it out.
Yeah, it's damn secret. Hey guys, you know what'd be a better idea? Make that its evolution. I don't know what it looks like. I haven't seen it yet. But
It's literally a My Hero Aka reference. Like, he looks like Awful One. Not Awful One, what's his name that trains the...
All Might.
Yeah, he's literally All Might.
Which Pokemon are you talking about? The dolphin?
The dolphin, when it does
What
its
the fuck?
change.
What kind of fucking form is this?
He literally
You're
it
gonna
looks.
need to show this to me because I have no fucking idea how that's possible.
He has the same colors and nearly the same symbol on his chest as All Might.
Yeah, you're using words that I believe, but I just can't imagine them. That just doesn't make logical sense.
And
to me.
I said that on camera
Yeah.
when we first saw it.
Yeah, to be fair, when we're doing two-player games, I often don't register what you're saying, but I don't think I would have registered what you're saying even if I heard you. Because it's just like, what? That's just...
Yeah, I haven't even
that doesn't
seen My
even
Hero
make sense.
Aka, and I'm already connecting that dolphin to it. Like,
I just can't comprehend that.
because I sort of understand All Might as a character. Like, I kind of know who he is.
Yeah.
Mainly due to Death Battle, and when they were.
It's time
yeah.
for a death battle!
When they were giving his background, so.
Yeah, speaking of Death Battle, I still do not like that anime, or the animated designs of those characters, like the new art style.
Well, it's 3D animated?
No, when they rechanged the designs and, like, made them have, like, more obvious lips, and, like, the current designs.
They have a 8-bit design, and they have a 3D design. Which design are you talking about?
I don't know.
There's also an animated and live-action design. There's 4 different designs.
Look, man, every Death Battle I've seen over the last, like, 4 years has had the same design. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about either.
God. I'm gonna look it up. Because I'm confused now.
Like, if you're talking for fights, I don't know if you're talking about Boomstick and Wiz.
Yes, I'm talking about the characters Wiz and Boomstick.
Okay.
So what were you talking about?
The fights.
Oh, no, that's why I said about Death Battle, I don't understand the...
You said the character designs.
Yes,
you didn't specifically,
the character of Wiz and Boomstick.
You didn't
the
specifically
people.
say the characters of Wiz and Boomstick. You said characters, and they have multiple characters besides
It's not
the
their
hosts.
characters.
Like, they have
That's
the
why I said I was
characters
talking
fight
about
on
Death-
screen.
Yeah. It's not their characters, though.
So-
Yes, you're right. I did not mention Wiz and Boomstick. I'm
No.
sorry. I expected when I said the redesigned characters that you would understand I'm talking about the hosts.
But they also
that they
redesigned the fight characters.
No, they didn't. They
Yes,
changed
they
them for
do.
every series.
They
Every character is a new design. What are you talking about?
like they have a 3D design. They have a live action design for these
Sir,
characters.
every series, they do multiple designs within an episode, and then never show them again. Those aren't new. Like, they're always new. Like, they don't redesign them. It's not like, what, do you think that in the middle of the episodes they said, editor, we need you to redesign that character for after 5
like there's
minutes.
some fights that they do in 3D and some that they do in 8-bit.
Yes, but they're all new characters because each one has a different editor. They just have like five animators that do the animations, and each of them have their own art style and do them differently. Like, I wouldn't sit back and say, you know, they redesigned Superman because the Batman episode the day before was 8-bit, but the Superman episode the next day was in 3D. That's not redesigning the characters. That's shifting art styles.
But that's still a redesign.
No, it isn't. It was the first design. You can't
Whatever.
redesign what you haven't designed before. But no. So Wiz and Boomstick, their redesigns, where they the current designs where they're over animated.
Okay.
That was the whole thing. I was saying I didn't like that current design. I cannot get over their overly animatedness. It looks terrible. Now I'm gonna go back to trying to catch Among Us.
Anyway, I can maybe see that for Wiz, but I'm not sure about Boomstick. I kind of like Boomstick's design.
I'll have to look at it again. No, I still think I prefer the older art style, even for Boomstick. Although he's fine, but like it's just I don't know, something about him. It just has this air of like, again, it's one of those things where when you're an artist, there's this concept that I don't know how to best describe, but it's the concept of like where you've over designed something. Where you've taken something and you've cleaned it up and cleaned it up and polished it up and polished it up, and you've polished it so much that you start removing details instead of adding details. Like, I don't know how to best describe this. Like, the closest thing I can come up with is, you know how almost every single company has redesigned their logos? And like, when they redesign their logos, they kind of like flatten them in a weird way. Where they like remove all depth from the original image. Because there was a video about this where like they showed off all these. They did an Incredibles bit where they showed like old logo, new logo, like where like it upgraded every single one. Because like Windows did that, where Windows like Windows even went above and beyond that, because remember they used to have 4 different colors. It used to be like a window, like a weird window shape that had like depth to it and 4 different colors, and then they flattened it to be 4 different colors, and then they monochromed it to be all white, and then they straightened up all the lines because it used to be like curvy, and then they were just like, nope, straight lines. So it's just like it's that. Where it's like they've taken something that had a unique identity and they've kind of removed details rather than adding to it. So it just becomes like... It weirdly becomes less polished because they polished it more. It's... there's not a good... Yeah, there isn't a really good way to describe that. But it's like, yeah, sometimes it's better... Oh, actually, there's a very good way to describe this. It's Ash. It's the Ash problem. Where Ash started out as like being a very roughly drawn character in... the original series. If you look back on Ash's original design, it's very rough. And over the years, they cleaned it up and cleaned it up and cleaned it up, and it was fine. It all still looked like Ash. But then you get to Sun and Moon, where they over-designed it. Where they refined it to the point where they removed, it stopped being Ash anymore, and just started being some character that looked similar to Ash. That's this. Where it's like you've taken the art and you've taken out anything that was unique about it, and now it's just an anime character that's vaguely Ash.
At least they got better by Sword and Shield.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's like
his Sword and Shield is much better than...
But yeah, so it's like, that's kind of my thing with Wiz and Boomstick, where it feels like they're the same characters. I can tell they're the same. But they've polished it in a way where it's like, this feels uncanny, or this feels just off. It just doesn't...
You know what's really funny? So in Sun and Moon, they have other characters in it, obviously, and they look so much better than Ash.
Yeah, I've heard of these characters.
Like, Ash doesn't look like he fits in with them, is
Yeah.
I think the problem here.
Well, yes and no. It's not that Ash doesn't feel like he fits. It's that Ash, if you put them in a comparison chart, Ash doesn't fit like he fits with other Ash.
Yes.
You put Ash from Sun and Moon next to Ash from original series, or Ash from Diamond and Pearl, and they don't look like they're the same character. And even the new Ash doesn't really look like the same character. Well, he looks a bit more like Ash, but it's like they kind of split the difference.
He kind of went back to almost the black and white design, but it wasn't quite there. But
it
was still better.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is, paradoxically, let me break down let me get all the Ash signs up. Ash. I hate that it defaults me on my phone to, like, looking at all my tabs. So if I try to search for something, it's searching my tabs and not actually searching in a tab. It's like, it's looking through all my tabs to see if one of my tabs has the thing I'm searching for. It's like, no, I want to go search on Google, you stupid piece of crap. There it is. Okay, I found the... It's not great chart, but I'll take it. Whatever. Yeah, so this is a this is a good chart of it, where it's like, What's that one? What's the one between... Yeah, I guess it is Sun and Moon, yeah. I don't know what that is. Here, I'll come over and show this off. Because, yeah, it's like we have original Ash. Goes all the way up to X, Y. Then you hit Sun and Moon Ash, which is just a completely different design character at all. And then they go back for like one movie. It's in Japanese. I have no idea what the hell this is.
That one
That's
is
the, like, remake movie.
That is the remake movie where Ash gets the ho-ho.
Yeah. So it's like they go back for that movie, and then they split the difference between these designs and are like, let's make it even. Let's make it almost like a sticker, but we'll go in between the two. And then this one, which is just honestly kind of this again. But they're trying a little bit more to make it Ash than this guy. But it's like, it's still not this character. So it's like, I don't know. I'm not satisfied. Now, to be fair, Ash as a character no longer exists. He has been permanently retired, but... Yeah, it's like, that's my problem. It's where sometimes you can over-polish something to where you go from X and Y, which was like the 6th or 7th version of Ash, to now, okay, we're just gonna make him not the same guy anymore. So
it's gonna be funny when we hit that point with our characters on our thumbnails.
That's the thing, is I do my best to not get to that point. Like,
eventually I'm imagining we're gonna have to redesign all of our thumbnails for the thing I'm doing, which I like.
Maybe, but yeah, like, honestly, I felt that this year was almost that year. Like, the last designs I came up with was probably the closest that we'll get to, like, they're almost different characters. But even still, I don't think I'd say that they're actually different characters. But, like, yeah, it's been polished
right up to the point where if I change it much more, it becomes a different character.
Yeah, guys.
Because like even the current designs that like I've worked on previously, they're not really. I'm not really changing the base at this point. I'm just adding to it. So it's like I think I've kind of reached the point where I don't think I can polish much more.
So, guys, what I'm imagining for our thumbnails in the future, I'm imagining something what Beard Bros does. Like Beard Bros,
Well, like in most Let's Players, so they come up with a custom thumbnail generally.
I want to say
They do a specialized thumbnail by an artist that represents that series with our characters in it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Not Vanoss. Vanoss takes pictures of whatever's in the video.
Yeah,
and then makes
I
his
do.
thumbnail.
I have not watched Beard Bros in quite a long time, but that is one of the things that I appreciated about their series was that they did that for their series, where like it wasn't just we're gonna take a picture of the game with the title of the game on it, but it's literally they made a thumbnail that represented their playthrough of the game.
Yes.
And it's like,
And I imagine we're going to have that, and that'll probably be our final thumbnail
at some point
edit for all of our series.
yeah, at some point I do want to do something like that, but the problem is
we need a base for that, and I'm not even done with the one I'm designing yet.
Yeah.
Because, guys, I was working on it, but I was like, I want to work on quotive more. So, after I do the quotive stuff, then I'm going to do a thumbnail. And, guys, I am almost done with one of the quotive things, but I think I'm going to take a break after that, so that way I can move on to a thumbnail. So then I'll design a thumbnail, do the next quotive story I want to do, and then work on another thumbnail, and then probably just work on the thumbnails.
But yeah, it's, and I do want to say, I don't
think that, like, I think even with the, like, I haven't seen what you've been coming up with, so I don't know, though, even if once you've come up with it, I still don't think that we're actually, that will even be used. No, I want to be clear.
It's going to be probably used as our reference.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like,
not going to be used.
We're not going, like, me and Younger Bro are not going to be the ones that design those thumbnails. We're going to set up the reference and have an artist do all the thumbnails at that point. Where it just be like, we might put the number on the thing. But other than that, it's just going to be like, nope, here's the thumbnail. Like, they make the thumbnail, send it to us, we put the number on it, it's done. Or even they might make the numbers, I don't know.
The thumbnail I'm designing, we should be able to put the logo and the number on it. Yeah. So that way we can keep our thing and we don't have to design a specific thumbnail for every video like some YouTubers I know does.
Yeah.
Like Vanoss, he has a unique thumbnail for every video.
Yeah.
And so does Delirious, but
yeah, I don't like
having a unique thumbnail for every series, because it's not that I think that's fine, but
like if you want to do it, but
well, what I'm saying is I don't think that should be done by people who are playing video games. Specifically because if you're playing video games and you're doing it as part of a series, your thumbnails should be the same for each game, because it tells the audience what game you're playing. To me, I don't think you really should have a different thumbnail, but for every episode of the same game, unless you aren't playing them as a series. If you're doing them as like a one-off, and then you come back to the game at a different time, that's fine. But if you're playing through all of Paper Mario, it's like, and it's 1 through 50, you're doing every episode, it's like, I would make one thumbnail and put the number on it.
Because I think it makes it easier on the artist.
It makes it easier on the artist, but it's also, it immediately tells the person who's watching the video, this is part of a series, here's episode 1, and I can see in my recommended, here's episode 2.
I think
and it gives you an easy way of immediately identifying, that's the next episode in the series. Now, it's the same thumbnail with another number.
Now, Delirious, he does sort of make it easier on his designer, I believe. Like, yes, he has a different thumbnail per video, but I don't know his gaming channel. I haven't really looked at it yet, but I know on his main channel that he has whatever character he's playing as him. Like, basically, they just put the H2O Delirious mask on whatever character he's playing as, or whatever was, like, the biggest thing in that episode.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So, if he was playing Spider-Man, he would have the Spider-Man mask on. Or if he was fighting a certain villain, then he'd put his mask on the villain. Just, that's what he'd do. Because H2O Delirious has never shown his real face. It's only been his masked character from GTA. So he just keeps reusing that mask for characters in the video. And it's only the character. Like, it's just a dark blue background otherwise behind the character.
Yeah.
So, to me, I think that level of, like, designing a thumbnail is fine, but it's maybe pushing it. But yeah, so say he did Dragon Ball FighterZ, he used Goku, and he put his mask on Goku, and then if he did another episode, he'd probably put his mask on, I don't know, Vegeta. So that's what he does.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, my vision for it is we have one thumbnail per series to make it easier on us and the designer.
Yeah.
And
again, it's just, I think that's just the way that, like, yeah, I approve of, like, I appreciate doing that as a thumbnail in general. It's like, I would kind of have a problem if that wasn't what we were playing. It's just like, yeah.
like, even though it's going to be in our design, it's still going to be whatever the thumbnail sort of currently is. It's just with us on it.
Yeah, it'll just be, yeah, it'll be redesigned, but it'll still be the same idea.
And that makes it easier, too. But yeah, guys, I don't know when I'm gonna get to it. I'm hopeful soon, but it's probably not gonna be anytime soon.
Yeah, I'm guessing it'll be a while.
Because I need to finish writing the thing on my quotive, and then I have time to do whatever I want regarding thumbnails. Like, I'll do a thumbnail, and then I can work on our quotive. Because the plan is to have a story on my quotive, and then a story on our quotive.
This is stupid. So it didn't. Okay. First off, it annoys me that you can't just like that your auto heal doesn't use revives. Like, obviously, I feel like if I'm telling the game to auto heal a Pokemon, it should know to use a revive. Like, it must be revived first. Then do it! You have access to my fucking inventory of items. Just use the revive!
Anyway, guys, point being, I have a lot of stuff I have to do.
Yeah.
Like, that wasn't even counting sorting my Pokemon cards or recording, which I'm still kind of behind on.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, before I get any job, I kind of want those two things done, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Probably not, but...
I have a feeling work one's going to find me a job.
Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Sorry. When you...
That's our unemployment office.
No, that is a staffing agency.
But that's where you file unemployment as well.
No, well, you can, but that's not the unemployment office. Okay, that company is a company. Like, that's a company that has people that they employ. If you get a job through them, they will take money out of your wages. Because you're paying them to find you a job.
No?
Yes. That is not a question. I'm telling you that's what that is. Because I went to them. That is what they do. If you get a job through that company, you will have to pay money for them finding you a job.
The unemployment office is a government agency. That is not a government agency. Like,
But I asked my dad, and he's like, yeah, that's the unemployment office.
I don't think that is. Unless the government has some
Because
like, agreement with them, that is not the unemployment
Because
office.
right now I'm not currently paying anything.
No. You don't pay anything until they find you a job. Once they find you a job, they will take like 10% of your wage. Because you will then be paying them for having found you the job.
Oh, if that's the case, I don't like that.
Yeah, that's why I didn't continue going with them. Also, when I went to them, they were like, "Oh, so check off all these different jobs that you'd be okay doing," and none of them had any relation to my field. It's just like, and they got back to me like 3 weeks later with nothing. They literally had nothing.
Here's the thing. I did the same thing, and I signed up for whatever program saying, hey, we found you a job, or whatever.
Yeah.
I never, ever heard from them.
No, that's what I'm saying. I've never.
But yeah, I did file unemployment through them, and I have to go to them and apply for 3 jobs every week just to get unemployment at the end of the month or whenever I receive it. Guys, I actually don't know when I receive it.
Yeah. It looks like they might... So, from Googling, it looks like they might actually have, like, a government contract. But let me confirm.
But yeah, right now, guys, I don't even know if I'm eligible for unemployment because I don't know if I've gotten it. I think they have to call me or something saying, yes, you did get unemployment, and now you have to start coming in. But Father just told me to go in every week, so next week when I go in, I'll ask them if I got it or not.
Okay, it looks like they are officially basically it is an independent company that has a state contract to be the workplace company for the state. So they might not do that. The other place in town will do that because that's not the unemployment office.
I know that there is a paid service through the one we're talking about right now.
Yeah, that one I'm not. So this one may have that as an additional option, but it looks like they might. Yeah, they have a. Yeah, it looks like they actually are technically the unemployment office. Okay. So, I was misinformed. That's okay.
I think I messed up the number here, guys. So I'm just gonna. Yeah. So I added another 2 encounters. So now we're at 227 instead of 225. Because we shouldn't have been at 225 because I'm only hatching 5 eggs at a time. So somewhere I messed up counting.
But yeah, so I will say that I don't know if that company is our location or regional. So the unemployment office is the general term. I don't know if that's a general term. So
from my understanding, that's what Father says is the unemployment office.
But what I'm saying is I think that is a private company that has a state contract to be the unemployment office in our state. So, but I think that other states don't have that as the name of their unemployment office because it's either done by the state directly or by a different private company. So, the unemployment office is the general term. But yeah, I can't find any further information. So.
By the way, what are we looking at in terms of time?
1:53.
We're only at an hour and 53.
Yeah, just under 2 hours.
Shit. I guess nobody wanted to watch a Shiny and Sobble today. Guess everybody's busy doing the Drifloom and Miss Magius event, Scarlet and Violet, and also Fire Emblem Engage.
Yeah, so I can confirm because their site has frequently asked questions. Using their services is completely free. So, but yeah, I know there are other ones in town that they are a similar company that do not have a government contract and are not free. They will take a portion of your paycheck for an X number of years because they found you a job.
I know that the place I went to, the employment office, that one.
Yeah, that
I know
one does not
they
do that.
have an extension that you pay for.
Yeah, but
because I remember reading it, but
yeah.
no, I signed up for the free one.
Yeah, which means that they'll never get back to you on anything that they find because they don't give a shit. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know how it's gonna work when I go in there and apply for 3 jobs that I look for.
Yeah, I don't know with them.
Yeah, I don't know if I have to have somebody watch me. I don't know if I have to. I don't know. I just don't.
Yeah. Couldn't tell you. Because I don't know either. I don't know, man. That's enough. Why is that go here? Of all places.
Amigos can be found wherever.
No. I mean
Like,
the chest one. Like, it's not on the top of a watchtower. It's just in the middle of nowhere. It's like,
is
why
there
is it here?
ruins around?
I'll answer that question when I'm done battling the spreadsheet. Because I'm not sure.
Because I imagine they place them around ruins or at the end or around caves. And
Right now, I'm on a cliff/plateau.
or hard to find places.
I mean, this is a hard to find place, but
Then that's why it's there.
yeah, but I don't think there's any other reason. I think it might just be because it's hard. But I'll say.
But yeah, guys, going back to speaking of Fire Emblem, remember that from here on out, I'm pretty much doing all the new Fire Emblem games, unless Older Bro really wants to play one of the new ones coming out. And he's going to play all the older games, the ones I really don't want to play for the channel and want to play on my own time.
And to be fair, as I've told him, I don't really think I want to play most of them either. But there's a few, but basically, I'm not really interested in playing anything before Awakening.
Yeah, so because I'm pretty much doing all the new Fire Emblem games, he's gonna do all the new Fire Emblem Warrior games.
Yeah, most of the Warrior games, honestly, but not Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
it's-
doing
it's-
the Hyrule Warriors.
That one's... Yeah. I don't even know... And to be clear, guys, I am definitely not going to be going through and doing all the fucking stuff in any of the Warrior games ever. Because doing so, it would be ludicrously insane.
I'd imagine we're doing the main story and side story.
Yeah, but I'm not like...
Well,
I'm
not side story, main post-game story.
Yeah, but like I'm not doing any of like the fully upgrade every character.
No.
Because that's like just insane. Because why do you hate yourself?
Yeah, we still really haven't decided if Older Bro's gonna do all of Hyper Dimension Neptunia and I'm gonna do all of Senran Kagura.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna guess. Yeah, well, technically, no. Like, we know we're not going to because you've already got one scheduled for you. So.
Again, if you want to do that, we can do that.
Yeah, no.
Like, that
But
way
here's the
you can get Hyper Dimension on the channel and I'll just play it on my own time.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is I kind of do want to play the third version at this point. The
Reverse one.
Well, it's Reverse, but it's also it's Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth. Is it Rebirth? I think it was the original. Rebirth Reversed at this point. Just like, cause even if we don't do a lot of the stuff in Reverse, it's just like I kind of want to.
Speaking of the game that's been remade or whatnot, I am not going to do Persona 3 on Switch.
Yeah.
Because that is Persona 3 portable on Switch, which has less content than Persona 3 FPS on the PS2.
Yeah.
I think FPS is still Persona 3. I think that is the main Persona 3 game. But FPS has more content than the portable one. Persona 3 portable is the FPS just with less content. And I think the game I'm wanting to play is the one with more content. Because I don't know if they get rid of the dating option in portable. I know they get get rid of something story related in portable. That's why I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Now, that said, after I play FPS for the channel, would I replay it again? Depends on if I like it or not. Because I played Persona Q, so I know I'm going to play and probably like Persona Q2, but I do not know if I'm going to like Persona, because I've never played the main Persona games. I've played the side ones.
Yeah.
I also have Shin Megami Tensei, like the other Persona games, sort of. It's the series that Persona was inspired from.
Well, yeah.
It's
I feel
weird.
Like saying inspired isn't exactly the right term, but yeah, it's a spin-off.
Spin-off,
sorta.
whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, I own 2 3DS Shin Megami Tensei games now, but only because the store is going down and I was looking through games that I would play that have DLC, and Shin Megami Tensei is probably one I'd try out because Bestie would probably want me to play them because I know she'd recommend them.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fine, I'll get that. Why not? So, it's probably safe to say I'm going to do all the Persona series and probably all of Shin Megami Tensei as well.
Yeah. We'll have to see how they play, because I don't know how interested I am in playing them, because I don't really know enough about them.
I know the newer Shin Megami Tensei games play vastly different than the older ones. Because I know one of them that's either on the PS4 or PS5, as well as Switch. They're sort of open world games. But I don't remember how the originals played.
Yeah.
I think they were turn-based strategy.
Hmm.
I'd have to ask Bestie to
Yeah.
find out.
Jumping spider tried to attack me.
But yeah, anyway, guys, there's a lot of series we still haven't done yet that we want to try.
Ooh, almost there.
Like, I hope year 5 for my Let's Plays will be good enough.
Yeah, guys, April 1st is coming. And that means, and this year that means big stuff.
No. Oh, well, just it's going to be our year 5 anniversary, so hopefully I got a good lineup of games that people will enjoy.
I mean, yes. I mean, given what they are, I get the feeling we do. But yeah, we'll have to see.
Like, guys, I do have some. Like I said, I had to schedule some new series in between my import list just to space out games.
Yeah.
So, we could have some new games through my stream list as well, but you're more likely to get through my Let's Plays because they're all new, because we're done with that import list, thank God. But yeah, most of the games I have scheduled are games I've talked about that I've wanted to do on the channel for a long time, so. I think they'll be appropriate for year 5.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all we'll say for now, guys, is that year 5 is coming. And it's coming hard. Oh, speaking of which, I did, I know I mentioned this to Bro. I don't know if I definitely don't think I mentioned this to everybody else. But I did find out that apparently, a new Hollow Knight game should be coming out this year.
You didn't say it on camera, you...
Yeah, I know I mentioned it. But it's like, yeah, new game should be coming out. Hey, I just found the green door.
Yep, Older Bro is very excited for his Hollow Knight.
I really am. But they have not given a date still, so it could all be bullshit. It could still not be coming out, but yeah,
He's hopeful.
They claim it's going to be Q1 2, sometime in 1 or 2 of this year. So that means it should be coming out before like E3.
Yeah, besides the Harry Potter game and the Suicide Squad game, I don't think there's really a lot of anything else that I'm very excited for. Yeah, like Persona 4 is coming to the Switch, so sure, like
yeah.
But that comes with the Persona 3 portable game, because it's a collection.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Persona 3 plus 4.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, I've never played Persona 4. I've seen some of Persona 3. But again, it's Persona 3 portable. It's not FES. I keep calling it FPS. I think it's FES. Okay, let me check. It's not where I thought it was. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it's FES.
damn it, why do you keep doing stupid things?
But yeah, guys, once my import list is done, I'm going to probably move Persona Q way up. I do feel like playing some Persona. I have for a while. But, I'm waiting for my import list to be done so I can reorganize it. So
It pisses me off that Pokemon defend themselves by like using Takedown, Brave Bird, Explosion.
yeah.
It's just like, fuck you, bitch.
But yeah, guys, feel free to leave any game suggestions in the comments below.
Or in the comments above, depending on where the comments are for you.
No, I'm just gonna throw a quick ball. Don't give a shit that it's level 53. Throw a quick ball.
But yeah, guys, we do have a few suggested games scheduled. We've already done one, Poppy Playtime. That was a suggestion.
Yeah, we regret that suggestion.
Like, again, we got through Chapter 1, but we could not get through Chapter 2.
Yep.
Guys, I still haven't decided if I'm, like, if and when Chapter 3 comes out, if I'm going to do it, just skip Chapter 2 and go straight to 3. Guys, I have skipped chapters in games before and continued playing.
We legit were near the end of that chapter. So
Guys, after that caterpillar, we were going to be pretty much done.
yeah, but it's just like, no, fuck it.
But I just stopped having fun with the games. It's a similar situation with SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Like, that SpongeBob game, I don't think I could have beaten and kept my sanity. I think Poppy Playtime was a similar scenario. Because we had that Woogie room.
Yeah.
The next section wasn't too bad. Like, that one was fine. Like, yeah, I raged maybe once. But it didn't completely restart us over.
Yeah.
So it was alright. But then the third section, that's what got me, so. So did it, like, guys, I didn't hate the story, I didn't hate the characters, I didn't necessarily hate all the gameplay, I just hated the shitty situations I kept getting in.
Yeah.
So, Poppy Playtime ending is sort of my fault, but whatever.
Nothing you can do. It is what it is.
Yeah, the problem with Poppy Playtime is it was one of those games that I didn't love enough to continue trying to beat it. That was the same scenario with SpongeBob the movie. Because even though it was by the same developers who did Battle of Bikini Bottom, it didn't... It played like it, but it didn't feel like it. Like, so what you gotta understand, guys, is Battle of Bikini Bottom. So all you had to do is collect golden spatulas. You didn't have to get all of them. You just needed to get a certain amount to move on to the next area. And it was sort of an open world game. SpongeBob the movie is a linear game that requires you to backtrack in order to progress in the game, and I hated that. I did not like that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because all they had to do was lower the requirement of Goofy Goofer tokens. And you could play through that entire game straight, and you didn't have to go back. What I also hated was you had to backtrack in order to upgrade your characters to move on in the game. Remember what we had to do with Patrick? Yeah. And then to top it all off, we just kept running into shitty scenario after shitty scenario. Basically, the enemies became too difficult to beat, and the platforming was harder than Battle of Bikini Bottom, and Battle of Bikini Bottom had some bad platforming in it too, but it was very rare. But that's what did me in. I just couldn't play it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, Battle of Bikini Bottom I have a soft spot for, and I actually got to the end of the game. So, if I can do that, then I should be able to do it on camera. We'll only have difficulty in like maybe 1 or 2 levels, but I think we'll get through it just fine. It'll take a while, but we'll get through it. That said, oh yeah, I forgot about Cosmic Shake. That comes out at the end of this month. Guys, I did not pre-order it.
Yeah.
I thought about it, but then I just didn't.
Go away.
Like, don't get me wrong, guys. Like, Cosmic Shake looks like a fine game. It's just, I just don't think it was a game worth like pre-ordering. Like, the only pre-ordering bonuses you get are costumes. That's about it.
My policy is still that like I don't think any game is worth pre-ordering anymore because it's just like there's never going to be game showcases anymore. That's just not really a thing. That was the whole reason that pre-ordering was created. It was just like, hey, make sure you get the game day 1 and don't have to wait 2 weeks before we restock. But that's not really a thing anymore. So now it's just, get this special thing that comes with the game. And it's like, I don't give that much of a shit about almost any game being pre-ordered.
I want to say GameStop is bad about it because I pre-ordered Kakarot, and when I went in, they told me I was the only one that got the PS5 version pre-ordered.
Yeah.
So if I didn't get it pre-ordered and I had to go in and get Kakarot, then I'd be out of luck because then I'd have to order one. But anyway, guys, plus if I didn't pre-order it, then we wouldn't get to... there is some reward to pre-ordering Kakarot. Like, you get Tao Pai Pai's throwing pink thing, which is fun to
use. I do want to say, it's like, I'm not saying there's no benefits. I get that there is, like, some small tangible benefits.
You get to meet a character that's only from the manga, Bonnyu, and you get to do the Android 21 missions. Yeah. Well, it's extra training, but...
Yeah. It's just one of those situations where it's like, I don't really care about most of the random stuff, so it's like, eh.
But I wanted it enough to where I pre-ordered the game 3 times.
Yeah.
Like, guys, we were originally going to play it on Switch, and then they finally said, you know what, let's put it on the PS5. Like, I knew they were going to do it, guys, but I expected PS5 after PS4, not after Switch. But anyway, I was actually talking with one of the guys at GameStop about Kakarot, and he told me he was unimpressed by it.
I mean, if it's not the kind of game you want, I can get that. It gets...
In terms of does it follow the story, yeah, it probably follows the story better than any Dragon Ball Z game we've ever played. It follows it better than Budokai Tenkaichi.
Oh.
Yeah. However, it plays similarly to Xenoverse.
Yeah.
I think that's probably what turned off a lot of people. Because they tried to be Xenoverse. Like, there's some differences, but the way you have to use your power moves, like, say if you want to use a Kamehameha Wave, is the same exact way Xenoverse has you use a Kamehameha Wave.
Yeah.
And sort of the same with transformations as well. Like, I liked in Budokai Tenkaichi where you go up a transformation depending on how much ki you had. In Kakarot, you can go straight into God, like Super Saiyan God if you want. Like, you can code it that way. But you could also do that in Budokai Tenkaichi where instead of just clicking L3, you would click up on the D-pad and L3 at the same time. And you could go immediately into Super Saiyan 3.
Yep.
But I think it's the way they have you transform and is why people maybe be turned off by it, because it's, again, similar to Xenoverse.
That's fair.
I think another reason why people may not like it is all of the fights. Every single fight is pretty much done in the air.
Oh, no ground-based combat.
No ground-based combat at all. Like, you can get close to the ground, but you can't land on the ground. In Xenoverse, they could have you land on the ground and you can do ground-based combat. But in Kakarot, no. No, no, no. It's all in the air. I mean, I don't hate it. Like, I think it's fine. But I do kind of wish you had the option to do it. I mean, Fighters is technically all ground-based combat. There's not really a lot of air combat. But that's because it's a Street Fighter Mortal Kombat clone. So I'll give Fighters a pass.
Okay, at least this game is knows what it's doing.
Anyway, what people want is more Budokai Tenkaichi. That is what people want.
So I just found a pack of Pyroar.
Yeah.
They did the correct thing and made it all females, one male. And I'm like, perfect. You know what you're doing. Good job.
But here's the thing: in a Pride, there can even be up to 2 males.
But generally there aren't. Like, usually it's if there is, one's the father, one's the son. It's not usually, or it's a pride of all men.
Actually, no. So there are actually usually 2 males leading a pride at a time, and it's not usually a father and son. It's usually 2 male lions of the same pride go off together. They could be unrelated, and they go make a pride with other lionesses of a different pride. And what they do is they run off the males of that pride.
Yeah.
And they are generically older, weaker prides that
because there are
that
prides of
out.
all male lions. They literally just roam around and try to steal their prides.
Like, that is a thing.
Yes and no. It's usually only 2, maybe sometimes 3. It has to be a very, very rare event for it to be an entire pride of young males.
Cause yeah, I've read up on this because they were like, I read up on the thing that was talking about how, like, yeah,
The Disney Lion King, that is not how prides work.
No.
That
No.
isn't how that works.
No, that was all for movie stuff.
Yeah.
That's movie magic.
The movie magic, lying to children.
But no, yeah, it's like,
I don't think anyone watched that movie and assumed that that's actually how lions work. So I don't know, maybe they did.
But anyways, I could see a pride of male lions more likely in captivity than I do in the wild. if it's in a wild, it has to be a 1 in a million event. Oh boy. Shows how much I've watched Animal Planet.
The Animal Planet.
Because guys, remember, I originally wanted to be a field biologist or something related to animals.
Yep.
Like, because I love animals.
Yeah.
Younger bro didn't really understand how much education it took.
I knew how much education it took. What I did not want was the traveling portion.
Well, that's
Like, if I wanted to pursue field biology, I would be going all around the world.
yeah.
Constantly.
All around the world, you gotta spread the word. Tell them what you heard.
And I'd also need some medical knowledge as well to pursue it.
Yeah, I think they do have like
Because,
I almost want to call it animal husbandry. That's not the right term, but
no,
yeah, like animal like welfare knowledge of sorts.
not that kind of knowledge. I mean human knowledge. Like, I would need to basically know how to apply a tourniquet, basically perform first aid. I need to know how to do all that stuff.
But yeah,
I would also need to. I would have needed to study all forms of diseases, how they are spread, how I can figure out what I have, if it's serious or not. Say if I go to Africa and get malaria or something.
Oh yeah, okay.
I basically need to know what animals spread what disease. And how I could treat it and such like that. Or if I'm stranded out in the middle of nowhere with nobody to help me.
Yeah. Survival class.
Survival 101, yes. I would need to know which berries I could eat, which not.
Yeah.
Again, I'm pretty sure that there are field biology things that like you could work in like zoos or like things like that. I feel like there's
non-traveling things, but they still would mean not being here.
Yes, but the field biology I was thinking of doing was more or less almost self-employed. Like
and that's gonna be very much
like
travel.
what I could have done was, if I wanted to, what I wanted to do was study the animals in the surrounding area. Like, the furthest I wanted to go was maybe a state over. But unfortunately, there's nothing around here.
Yeah,
in
you'd
which
have
I
to
would
go
be
down.
able to
You'd have
do
to.
that.
You'd probably work for a state park, basically. You'd be in that kind of.
Yes.
Yeah. So
And there really isn't nothing around here like that.
Yeah, it's like, well, it's not even that.
It would be like 100 so miles away from here. So, like, we have a state.
I'd be studying basically the deer and fox population of here.
Yep.
And that's not enough animals for my career, so I'd have to go out of state, across the world.
Yeah,
Like, think about it this way. Like, what if I wanted to pursue field biology for, like, cryptids, and I basically became a Bigfoot hunter? Now that's...
Oh, to be fair, you don't need a degree for that. Like, you really do not need a degree for that.
But all of the, like, people I know that go around that do stuff like that have some form of degree in understanding animals.
I think that's more just so that they
Appear more legitimate.
I don't think that's necessary. That's more just that
Like,
people don't think they're hacks if they have a degree. They still might be hacks, but that's not relevant. People are less likely to immediately discount them if they have a degree in biology.
Like, I know the Finding Bigfoot team, all of them have a degree in something. I know one of them has a degree in, like, environment, and one of them has another one in, well, what's for animals?
Biology.
Yeah, field biology. Sorry. Not exactly field biology, but it has field biology in the name.
Yeah, it's related.
It's something related. It's in the same
Yeah.
category.
Yep.
But anyway, so like I could go for something maybe like that, and I go study the mysteries and unsolved, like unexplainable things of the animal kingdom.
Just go to Japan and search for Tsuchinoko.
Like that's kind of what Jeremy Wade does, and he's not exactly. If he's a field biologist detective.
I was gonna say it's more. I wouldn't even call him exactly that. It's that his main thing is he is just a fisherman. At the end of the day, he just wants to catch every type of fish in the world.
But
that
he
is
has-
his life dream. So he does
has
shows.
a degree.
Yeah, he has degrees, but like at the end of the day, he is basically just a very specialized fisherman.
Yes, he is an expert fisherman. That is true.
That is like his main thing. It's just like,
But he didn't exactly want to catch every fish in the world. Like, he would rather fish in rivers and lakes than out in the ocean. Like, he's explicitly said that he doesn't exactly like ocean fishing a lot.
that's fair.
He has said on multiple occasions it's outside his field.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like
But he has done
Yeah.
fishing on the ocean.
yeah he focuses usually on rivers.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he has solved some cases. I think he was even on ID or in channels like that, because he solved murder cases that were caused by a fish or
Yeah, like that, and that's kind of his thing. It's like
and that's something.
yeah.
What he does is like a self-employment. Like,
Yeah.
I would basically have to do something like him, but instead of just focusing on fish, it'd probably be cryptids.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, honestly, I've yet to see a show where they do the same thing as Jeremy Wade. Like, they go to, I don't know, local backwoods, and they say, yeah, Bigfoot killed this guy, and then he goes and finds out it was actually this kind of rare bear or something like that.
Yeah. Well,
I think that'd be an interesting show, though.
I think there's a couple reasons why those shows don't exist. One, here's the problem. There is one main reason why that I can think of that does not exist. It's because it is that show would appeal to two completely different markets. Because when you say cryptid, now you're like anyone who hears anything about that show is thinking, oh, these are all hacks looking for fake animals. That is explicitly what the general populace thinks of when they hear about that. When they hear about Bigfoot or anything like that, they just hear, oh, they're basically just the equivalent of like, they're basically crazy people that are just wasting their time. So on one hand, when you have that kind of show, you're appealing to the people who don't think that. But then when you make it a detective show, you're explicitly appealing against those people. Because by revealing it's not that, you're now discrediting, like, the cryptid side of it.
Like,
by saying, like, oh, but it actually isn't cryptid. You were wrong.
In order to make it land-based, like, river monsters, and where you're going after woodland monsters,
yeah,
I'd have to become a hunter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, so it's not that show couldn't exist, but it's like, I feel like
or
that
a
would,
trapper.
Yeah, it's like, specifically if you're trying for the cryptid portion of it, I feel like that's gonna...
What Jeremy Wade has done is, his best examples are eels. So,
yeah,
I think he went to Japan, and they had this this serpent-like animal.
It's what Dunsparce is based on. It's the Tsuchinoko.
And he come to find out that I think it was the Japan one. It was actually the oarfish.
Yeah.
Was it the oarfish? If it's not the oarfish, it was some kind of eel.
Yeah.
But basically, that's what all these pictograms and stuff are referring to was that animal.
Yeah.
Like, I know he's found other ones that were just like a soft-shelled turtle. Stuff like that.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. That's
like,
that's
I
the
would have
thing.
to do those rare episodes all the time.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the thing. It's that
I would have to miscredit cryptids.
yeah, discredit is the word you're thinking. But yeah, that's the problem. Is that the reason why that's why Jeremy Wade's show works. It works
Because he doesn't always go after those legends necessarily.
No. Not that that's not the thing. It's because the people watching his shows aren't cryptid hunters.
No, he's just a fisherman.
He's a fisherman. The people who are watching his shows are people who are fishermen who like cool fishing stories. And so, discrediting a Tsuchinoko sighting doesn't matter to them. They care about the fish. What's the fish that was causing this?
Yeah, I also like how
So-
he explains things because to me, he's the Joe Kidna of fishing.
Yeah.
Because he goes in depth about the lore of this fish or whatever
Yeah.
he's fishing for. I like that.
Yeah, so, but that's the problem, is when you specifically make it, I'm looking for cryptids, and then trying to find out what actually caused the cryptid event, the person you're appealing to is someone who likes cryptids, but doesn't want them to be real. And it's like, those two don't really have a very big overlap.
But anyway.
So it's like,
But not only would I have to do that, I'd also have to have a team of people to do that with.
yeah, right,
And I'd probably be thrown in with people I don't really know.
yeah.
Or people I don't really that don't really have the same degree or anything related to my degree.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, now my dream is to be a successful YouTuber. But that's a dream nonetheless. I don't think we're ever gonna get there.
As a reminder, guys, Two Bros Game Night will not ever produce a show about, like, discrediting things. So please do not expect Younger Bro to attempt to make that previous dream happen on this channel. That is completely unrelated to anything Two Bros Game Night has in store.
No, my original plan was to study animals. Yeah. That's what I wanted to do. I didn't necessarily want to go after cryptids.
Yeah.
Now I've thought about it, and thought it would be like maybe a nice side hobby, but that's to me, going after cryptids is almost the equivalent of ghost hunting.
Yes, I mean it is. Cryptid is basically just a generic term that refers to any type of creature like that. So I think ghosts technically are cryptids. Or maybe ghosts technically count as supernatural and cryptids count as
Ghosts count as
natural.
supernatural,
Yeah.
and cryptids count as like an unknown creature.
Yeah, as potentially natural. So it's like, yeah, but it's basically the same thing.
Like I want to say cryptids might be more likely to be proven real than spirits. But I say
Yes,
that, but
that's because that's just a factual statement. Like the nature of ghosts are that they are a supernatural creature, and the supernatural can't be proven. Like that is just a factual statement. Like this is I want to make clear, guys. My policy is like I don't like bringing politics and religion and such into game, but like just to put the cards out on the table for a second here. It does not matter what your religion is. It doesn't matter if you believe in gods or don't believe in gods or believe in a single god or whatever. It does not matter. Fundamentally, that is a supernatural thing. Like, religion itself is a supernatural concept. It is meant to explain things that do not exist in the physical world, or that explain the creation and purpose behind life. That is what that is for. That is unprovable. Science can never prove that. And it can never disprove that. Because they don't... Saying, do ghosts exist, is not a scientific question. You can't study a ghost. You can't factually prove a ghost. You can only say, this is unexplainable, and therefore I believe a ghost did it.
Now, like, I have seen some things that are strange and very unexplainable, and the only explanation is a ghost.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. It's, you've seen something, and you say, I have no possible way of explaining this except to believe that it was ghost-related, so you believe that. And that's fine. But do not ever accept somebody telling you that your religion is disproven. That's not how religion works. That's not how ghosts and anything, spiritual and mythological in terms of actual supernatural things works. You cannot disprove the supernatural. Supernatural is your belief and your belief alone.
But
it's not about whether it does or doesn't exist. It's about you believe it exists. And that includes if you believe there are no gods. That's still a supernatural belief. But yes, you are correct, though, to say, but cryptids are more likely to be proven to exist because you can prove a cryptid exists. You can't.
If there's physical evidence.
Yes, you can't prove something that literally has no physical evidence.
The only thing you could go by is, I suppose, what shows up on camera sometimes. Like, you get an apparition or something like that.
The point.
Or the closing of doors, maybe.
That's the thing, is there's always an explanation that can be provided to disprove that. You can always come up with the camera malfunction or some random thing happened. That is always possible. But you cannot disprove someone's belief. Belief is not disprovable because it's not based on fact, it's based on opinion.
Right.
But a cryptid existing, you can prove. I can prove if Bigfoot exists. I can't prove if a ghost exists. I can't prove if God exists. I just believe they exist. That is the end of my somewhat dabbling into mixing religion into this game.
But, yeah, guys, I want you to know that me personally, I have an open mind. So, if I could easily believe a ghost exists, but I have had some personal experience with ghosts. But it wasn't anything bad. It wasn't like a poltergeist attack or anything like that. What I've experienced are ghost cats.
Oh. Well, that's bad. You might be becoming a magical girl. Be careful.
So when I was living in my, not the house before this one, but before that one. So 2 houses ago, when I was living with my mom. This was when our house cat Molly died. About soon after that, sorry, not Molly, Miss Kitty.
Yeah.
Soon after that, I started seeing a black cat going around the corner. I think it's Callie going to the litter box. Mm-hmm. So I get up and I go check on her, and there's nothing there.
Yep.
And then I find Callie was in my mother's room, locked in there.
Yep.
I'm like, okay. And then I start seeing it almost every other day.
Yeah. So it's like,
and eventually I got to the point where I'm ignoring it.
Yeah.
So in my experience,
you made a reasonable response of, fuck this, I'm just not gonna.
It wasn't hurting me or anything, so I was like,
I'm discounting this because it's like there's no logical explanation I have. I'm just ignoring the thing.
So I have seen some weird things regarding ghosts, but I have not experienced, say, a door opening and closing or stuff like that. I have not experienced it. I only see that in movies and shows. Now, there are some shows that are more legitimate than others.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's very true.
But I've seen stuff on, like, not Ghost Hunters. There's another show.
Like Ghost Adventures or something.
I think it's Ghost Adventures. I think Ghost Adventures are more realistic than Ghost Hunters. But that's not to say I don't enjoy them. I do enjoy Ghost Hunters. I think Ghost Hunters is probably the best ghost show.
I say, but best story.
In terms of story, yes.
Yeah.
Because I like how in-depth they go with explaining the lore of the place. I like that. That's what I watch Ghost Hunters for. But I think they've been disproven multiple times where other shows are harder to disprove.
Yeah.
But again, I only watch Ghost Hunters for the lore stuff.
Yeah, stuff that
They can't really fake, even if it's...
like, or they can't like mess up. It's like, oh, did that happen?
Yeah,
Yep.
but yeah,
It happens.
but not to say they haven't had some experiences of Ghost Hunters that I would be like, no, I don't think anybody can disprove that. Like, they've had some, like, realistic moments.
Yeah.
But not all of it.
No. And that's what gives their
Every industry, every group that does anything always has people that give them a bad name. And sometimes it's completely because they're all fake. But there's always going to be those people, there's always going to be those groups that give an entire field a bad name. And it's like, yeah, whenever you're like, well, we didn't get any good footage this time, so let's just kind of doctor it. That's when it's like, okay, you're giving your industry a bad name.
But yeah,
Don't be an asshole.
going back to talking about cryptids, like I said, I believe that I believe in cryptids more than I believe in the supernatural.
Yeah. Like, I would love for Tsuchinoko to exist. They're cool. Like, Dunsparce is a cool Pokemon. I really like it.
fucking prove it.
What? So, what exactly is the Tsuchinoko? I know it's a serpent of some
Yeah,
kind.
it's basically just like it's supposed to be like a serpent-like creature.
Do you know of any specific lore of the...
I could look it up.
Because my understanding with the Tsuchinoko was it's similar to Dunsparce, where it was just a serpent that could burrow.
Yeah, I think there's more to it than that, but I'll have to look it up. I have not the information at this time.
Because I'd say the closest you get are some burrowing snakes that I could probably look up the name to, the scientific name to it, but
Yeah.
I think that would be the closest we get.
I'm gonna heal up. I've gotten well over 999 gimme Ghoul coins at this point, so I'm good for next episode.
Okay. Like, there are some animals and legends that we have proven to exist.
Yeah, that's like that's,
I can't remember where it's at, but it's near Germany, somewhere around there. They have a... No, sorry, this is South America. Sorry. So in South America, they have a... Oh, no, this is Japan. Anyway, you know how Japan is always said to be plagued by earthquakes?
yeah.
Well,
Which is true. They are.
their answer to that was like some giant catfish that shook the earth, and this one powerful being clocked the catfish over the head with a stone, and every time that guy doesn't hold that stone there, like he's losing his powers when earthquakes are caused. Well, they have sort of proven that animal to exist. Not the earth-shaking one, just the animal that's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a whale's catfish.
Yeah.
Like, that's the kind of catfish it was supposed to represent. A giant-ass, continentally big whale's catfish. And the biggest ones you get are... there's some dam that I know Jeremy Wade has fished at. And those are the biggest that they get. It's not Australia, it's... I can't remember. I think that was in Germany. But anyway, they get monstrous. Like, they are big enough to, like, swallow people.
Yeah, so this is the... Let me look up a non... do I really... Well, okay, I'm not going to look up the Cryptid wiki, but I will look up yokai.com. That feels more reasonable. I don't think either of these is super reasonable, but... So yeah, basically the thing behind the Tsuchinoko is it is a snake, but it's like it's a stubbier snake, where it has its head and then it has like almost like a hot dog shaped body that's attached to its head. Like it has like kind of like a small pinch point where its neck exists, and then it has like a mouse tail.
Okay.
So. But the other thing is that they're active during the day from spring to fall, hibernate through winter, feed on insects, frogs and mice, occasionally dogs and cats. They are apparently able to jump up to like a meter in the air. They can roll sideways like a log, swallow their tail, and move in, like, and roll like a wheel. Sorry, 2 to 5 meters. So several feet in the air.
In terms of roundness, like, there is no snake I can think of in the animal kingdom that is just a plate snake.
Yeah, there is no known animal that looks like this description.
There are 2 things I can think of that could even come close to that. A, when a snake swallows its prey, it gets kind of fatter.
That's what everyone expects.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that, or maybe people are seeing a king cobra or cobra of some kind, and they have a flat, round head.
Yeah.
So it could be that as well.
It's just the fact that it's like people are like, yeah, this thing can jump like several feet in the air. Many feet upwards. Like straight upwards.
That's reminiscent of almost like a flying snake. Those exist.
Something like that.
Because what a flying snake does, it can't exactly jump in the air, but it can, and it can't exactly fly either. What it can do is it slithers off a branch and just glides on the wind, all the way down to the ground. So yeah, a flat snake there are no plate snakes, unfortunately.
It sounds like it is generally described as a viper.
I think flying snake is a kind of viper.
Yeah, could be.
But I'm not sure. It might be some kind of python.
Yeah, there is a $1 million bounty on this damn thing.
To whoever can find it.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to say that kind of snake I don't think would be very big. Because I'm questioning how it could eat. Like, if there's such a thing as a plate snake, how does it eat? Because generally what snakes do, all snakes, they eat their prey whole and swallow them.
Well, okay, what's the lore behind plate snakes? What's their main thing?
The only plate snake I know about is Tsuchinoko, the one.
Well,
here.
yeah, but I'm meaning, what is it? Why is it described as a plate snake?
I do not know why it's generally described as flat. Again, the only thing I'm assuming they are describing it that way is someone found a snake that was swallowing something and it appeared rounder or flatter or something. I actually don't know the answer to that.
Because, like, yeah, because that's what I'm saying. It's like, you're saying, like, how does it eat? But it's like, what do you mean, how does it eat?
Like, when a snake swallows its prey whole, the prey, it goes all the way into about, like, the middle section of the snake where they digest it.
Yeah,
I'm saying this kind of snake would probably have to be able to swallow its prey whole and then probably regurgitate. And I'm just not seeing how a plate snake could be able to regurgitate. Because the snake uses its muscles in its body to regurgitate that excess meat or whatever it is in their stomach that they can't eat. And they push it out.
I think I'm missing a critical piece of information here because I don't. Why does this snake need to act like not a normal snake?
Because literally all snakes, every single snake, eats the same way. They eat by swallowing their prey whole.
Yeah, but
so I'm saying this kind of snake would need to be probably able to swallow its prey whole and be able to basically eat like all the others. I'm just questioning.
I'm saying why isn't that possible? I'm literally not understanding why it can't just act like a normal snake. I literally don't understand.
Because think about it, if it's a plate snake, and it swallows its prey whole, like, I don't know if it'll be able to, like, digest it properly like any other snake is what I'm trying to say.
Maybe critical question. It's called a plate snake. Is the reason it's called a plate snake because it's flat? Like, you're just saying it's a plate snake and it can't eat normally, and I'm like, but I don't understand anything about why.
Is the Tsuchinoko completely flat?
No, it's a rounded log.
I was going off of Dunsmarsh. That's why I was saying it was
flat
plate.
Either.
Okay.
It's a rounded log.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why
I was getting confused.
Yeah, because what I assumed you meant was like it's literally like a head and a giant plate. And I'm like,
I was trying to question how it could regurgitate.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't think it needs to. It's a snake.
All snakes regurgitate is what I'm trying to say. And if it doesn't have the capability of doing it, I don't know how one could exist if it can't regurgitate.
Yeah, no. Its whole thing is that it's just that it's like it has its head and then it has like a slight shrinkage, like it gets slightly smaller and then it becomes like a log, and then it goes down to just being a normal tail, like it's a rat tail,
a little tail. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like that's why I was like, what is?
So that my guess is someone.
It's somebody saw a normal snake or a rat
snake.
That was that's.
Now, if it's not completely flat, I could see that.
Yeah, if it's just a completely flat creature that's like maybe 6 inches and then like literally a plate. I was like, that's what I was like.
I would question how it would act like any other snake, and I could actually argue that it's probably not a snake because it doesn't act like any kind of snake that we'd know. It looks like a snake, but it doesn't act like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That makes sense.
So basically,
we have like 2 minutes.
But yeah, basically, if such a snake existed, it would have to be in its own category.
Yeah.
Like, it basically wouldn't be a snake at that point. It would be, like, a cousin or a distant relative.
Yeah, which makes sense.
So, anyways...
But yeah, it's basically, all the thing is from my understanding, is it's basically just a particularly fat snake that can roll around like a log, and that it can jump like 3 meters into the air, so it just jumps like hugely high.
The only other thing I can think of that could be what they're describing as like a deformed snake.
Yeah, so it's like...
So that's another possibility as well. Now, in terms of jumping, there are jumping snakes.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know if Japan particularly
snake.
has flying snakes or not, but it's like...
they have some kind of jumping viper, but...
Yeah, that which might be the Tsuchinoko itself. So it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, there are snakes in Japan that do exist that can jump, but I can't remember exactly what kind of viper it is.
Yeah. I swear if I type in Japanese snakes and it says Tsuchinoko, I'm just gonna leave.
I think... Is there one called the Japanese jumping viper? Because I think I've heard of a snake being called that.
There's a rat snake. There's a striped snake. There's burrowing rat snakes. There's Yamakagashi, also known as the tiger keelback. They actually, they have, their venom comes from eating poisonous frogs.
Oh, yeah, I know.
So they actually, yeah. And then there's the Japanese keelback, the mamushi.
That might be the one I was thinking of, the keelback, but I know there are species of jumping viper, but I don't know if they are in Japan.
Here's one that's a burrower. I'm not saying anything about them jumping. Here's one that's,
There's the jumping pit viper, which might be the one I'm thinking of.
Here's one that's like a very small, like a small snake.
Oh, that's Central America. Okay.
Here we go. Complete list of the snakes in Japan. Collared real snakes, Viper's real snake,
Here's the thing.
beauty rat snake, four-lined rat snake.
Back when their Tsuchinoko could have been an invasive species, and it was only there for a while, and it got eradicated. So now no one knows.
Could also be.
Where it's at. Like, it could be not on that list here.
Yeah. That's what people have said. It's like, it's possible that it's... Some people have said it's like, it's possible that it died off. It's possible that it's...
Yeah, it went extinct.
That it became like an... It was like an aquatic, like a part aquatic animal, so it could literally be in the, like, oceans nearby. It's like, it could just be that somebody saw a particularly fat snake that day. Like, there's any number of explanations.
As far as I'm aware, there's only one type of sea snake. Like, there are, like, river snakes, like water snakes.
But Japan is mostly, like, ocean. Or oceanic, so it would have to be an oceanic snake. So.
Wow, there are actually 55 species of sea snakes. I did not know that. The sea snake I'm familiar with is the white and black striped ones that I know are venomous.
Yeah.
Jeremy and Wade actually ran into one.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the big thing about the Tsuchinoko that's of why people don't think it's a current snake is because I think it's very stubby. Like, it's not long. It's like, it probably isn't much longer than, like, maybe 2 of those switches next to each other. Like, it's that kind of short. And there usually aren't snakes that are that short that are, like, big. They're usually, like, the tiny, like...
There are small snakes.
Yeah.
Like, very microscopic
Yeah,
snakes.
there's, like, the extremely tiny. But we're talking, like...
But we're talking a
creature
snake
that's,
that's
like, big, but is only, like, twice this water bottle long. Like,
yeah, to
really
me,
stubby.
To me, that sounds like a deformed snake that couldn't develop fully.
Hello, Croc.
Hey,
yeah,
Croc.
and that could be. So it's like, but that's the kind of thing, because it's, like, the Tsuchinoko. It literally is, like, the shape and size of Dunsparce. It's like, it's...
Well, unfortunately,
maybe this
Croc...
bit tall.
Yeah.
Like,
You got
very
to the
long.
end of the stream. So
Yeah.
that is going to be it for today's episode. So like and subscribe to YouTube and Twitch. Comment to videos if you read them. Follow on Twitch. We are at 300 encounters. And we'll see you guys in the next shiny hunt. Goodbye.
No problem, Croc. Sorry that we're ending the stream right now. Good night. Also, happy birthday.